Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone is having a good morning. Welcome on in. Let me switch screens real quick before I forget. We have done some work overnight today. Wait, where is it? Oh, there. I miss it so easily because it starts with a V and I'm like, that's not facecam. Facecam starts with an F. Welcome on in. I hope everyone is doing well. We are going to be doing some more smocking today. I was thinking about whether we could set up for playing games in the afternoon, but I felt it was probably better not because there's some stuff I want to do this week and I don't want to, if I do too many games, I'll probably give myself a migraine and then I won't be able to do it. So I have a plan for tomorrow, which I'm kind of excited about, where we'll make some VTuber assets and then maybe I can, like, I don't know, drop them somewhere for people if they want it. But yeah, I thought that'd be kind of fun. I need to come up with some ideas of assets that I want to make though. So it'll be an art stream really. But I like doing art streams. Art streams are good. Good morning, anime. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I've sat in a really weird way. And I do like to have good posture doing these streams. There we go. That's a little bit better. I've also found recently that my chair, the one that I sit on doing streaming, it's been going down when I've like not been telling it to. So it's like one of the office chairs. So it can go, you can pull a lever at the side and it will shoot up, or you can sit on it while you pull the lever and it'll go down. Or even without the lever being pulled, it just slowly sinks over time. So every few days I'm having to like pull the lever and push myself back up because I realize that I'm really, really short under the desk. There's like, why are my arms struggling to reach the back? Oh, right, because my floor is, like, my chair is on the floor. They're doing good. Back to work on the exams, but I got a break now. Oh, good luck. Honestly, I hope it all goes well. Will it be over soon? You know when the last exam is and you're nearly done kind of thing? Because it feels like you've been working hard on this for a long time. I hope it's not too much longer for you. Oh dear, 3 weeks. Okay, that's manageable. It's not too long. Good luck. I'll have all of my fingers and toes crossed for you, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Or 2.5 because of holidays. Oh, wait, is it holiday? You get a holiday? I mean, we got bank holiday, but I feel like you wouldn't have the bank holiday today because it was for the coronation, which is like pretty UK specific. We had bank holiday last weekend as well because it was May Day. Do we have a bank holiday next weekend as well? I feel like I'm making stuff up at this point, but I feel like we had 3 bank holidays this month. We got a lot of Christian holidays where we're free. Okay. Do you do May Day out of interest? Like the 1st of May. So like whatever the first Monday of May is like a bank holiday. Do you do that? I don't really understand. I'm gonna go look it up right now while we're still loading into stream. What is May Day and why do we do it? Oh, okay. It is a popular question. I feel a little less crazy. Oh. Okay, let me just get the Wikipedia up. May Day is a European festival of ancient origin marking the beginning of summer, usually celebrated on the 1st of May, around halfway between the spring equinox and the summer equinox. Festivities may also be held the night before, known as May Eve. Traditions also often include gathering wildflowers and green branches, weaving floral garlands, crowning a May Queen, sometimes with a male companion, and setting up a maypole. Oh, we did do maypole, actually. May Day, yeah, May Day with a space in the middle. May and Day. Silent, good morning, I hope you're doing well. Dear. I always want to say pilots say. I think pilots do say it, but May Day is a bank holiday in the UK. Where it's normally the first Monday of May, but May 1st technically is May Day. But it's like the first Monday of May, you get off work. You don't work that day. Although to be fair, working in retail, we always had to work May Day. So like, I think it is specifically like banks and financial sectors more than it is like general stores. Like Tesco's is still open kind of thing. Bayman, good morning. We're just looking at the origins of what May Day is. You know, the day off you get at the beginning of May. And why? Why is... I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to complain. It's an extra holiday, but like, why is May Day? Dear, we got like 2 holidays in May. Yeah, we've already had 2 no, today is the 2nd bank holiday in May. So far for us, at least. Oh dear. Alright, thank you for the egg smash, Scott. I hope you're doing well. Oh dear. Love, thank you. Yes, I'm Slime Girl. Thank you. Oh dear. Mildly cursed, but I appreciate it. I made a slam. Dear tradition. I'm really curious. Like, I'll be honest. I've got to this age and I've never really looked into what May Day is. Oh, I wonder. A later May festival in Germanic cultures, Walpurgisnacht, commemorates the official canonization of Saint Walpurga on May 1st. Why are there are so many holidays on May 1st? What is going on? Since the 18th century, many Roman Catholics have observed May and May Day to be devotions to the Blessed Virgin Mary. So there's a lot going on. May Day seems to be a very special day. I want to look at the Germanic. Oh, okay. So in Germany, Sweden, and the Czech Republic all have slightly different ones. We also have 2 special days on the 4th and the 5th of May because remembrance and oh, that's nice. Yes, always a very important day. In rural regions of Germany, especially the Harz Mountains, sorry, I'm probably butchering this. Walpurgisnacht celebrations of pagan origin are traditionally held the night before May Day, and it includes bonfires and the wrapping of a maypole. I didn't realize that I guess it's more popular than I thought. I did maypole growing up. I didn't realize it was so popular. Young people use this opportunity to party, while the day itself is used for mainly families to get some fresh air, with the motto "Tanz in der Mai," dance into May. I'm sorry, once again, if you speak German, you're welcome to correct me. I'm probably mispronouncing a lot of this. I think it's really cool. All right, what about the Czech Republic? In the Czech Republic, May Day is traditionally considered a holiday of love. Ooh. For the month of May. The celebrations of spring are held on April 30th with a maypole. Again, another maypole. A tradition possibly connected to Beltane, since bonfires are also lit on the same day. The event is similar to German Walpurgisnacht. It's a public holiday on the 30th of April. On May 31st, the maypole is taken down. Aww, that's cool. Does anyone know why they say May Day when a plane is not feeling good? No idea. I'm gonna assume it's a different May Day to this. Yes, I would assume. Because this seems like a nice thing. And in Sweden, the more traditional families have moved to the day before Walpurgisnacht, known in the locales as the last day of April, and it's celebrated with bonfires and drinking. Ah, that's a horrific May Day, yeah. That's not a good one. Oh, May 1st, yeah, oh, I see. And then May 1st is celebrated as International Workers' Day. That's kind of cool. You have apparently, I know Ireland, Scotland, Wales. Those ones I'm a bit more aware of just because I live there. And England, of course. Bulgaria. Ooh, on May Day, Bulgarians celebrate Irmiden? Okay. The holiday is associated with snakes and lizards. Oh, oh my god. Wait. This one sounds a little different to the others. Wait a second. So in Bulgaria, you have snakes. There's a holiday associated with snakes and lizards, and they made in order to protect people from snakes and lizards. Oh, that's kind of cool. Why everyone celebrates? I didn't realize there was so much. The day is especially observed by pregnant women, so that their offspring do not catch an illness due to evil powers. Okay, fair. It's very different to everyone else's, but honestly, fair. Oh dear. Sorry, I'm looking at some of the stuff that England does, and I'm like, yeah, this is looking familiar. Yep. Oh, okay, yeah. This one's the one that is what I thought it was, which is Estonia, which makes no sense because I've never been to Estonia. But it's just Spring Day. It's a national holiday celebrating the arrival of spring. See, that would make the most sense to me because it does feel like this is about the time that you welcome spring. So, I could see that being the case, but I'm not sure. There's a lot more going on, it feels like. Finland also has Walpurgisnacht. In France... What? there's a part of me that's like, has everyone just kind of come together to find a reason why to celebrate on May 1st? Because in France, on May 1st, King Charles the 9th of France? Yeah, Knights of France received a lily of the valley as a lucky charm. He decided to offer a lily of the valley every year to the ladies of the court at the beginning of the 20th century. It became a custom to give a sprig of lily of the valley, a symbol of springtime, on May 1st. The government permits individuals and workers' organizations to sell them tax-free on that single day. Nowadays, many people present loved ones with a bunch of lilies on the May 1st. I mean, that's kind of nice. I mean, I don't dislike that. It's just... it's very different. I am skipping over ones where it's like, because there's a lot of different countries here, but like when there's something similar to like, okay, we've already kind of gone over this with another country. Like, you know, Italy has a feast there. What? Oh god, there is so many. I can't go through this whole page. Whoa. Whoa. What did they do in America? There we go. We got to America. May Day was also celebrated by some early European settlers on the American continent. Okay. In some parts of the United States, May baskets are made. They are small baskets filled with flowers and treats and left at someone's doorstep. The giver rings the bell and runs away. It's like backwards Halloween. Oh, so Eden, good morning. Here it already feels like it's summer. Oh, it's raining here today. We've been raining recently. Last couple of weeks have been very wet. Good for, I guess, the plants, though. It's a weird way of giving gifts, yeah. Oh, dear. I mean, it's not, like, you're giving a gift. It's not a bad thing, but yeah. Huh. So it seems like it's not generally as celebrated in America. It doesn't say that you get a bank holiday or anything. Maybe you do, but it's not, like, mentioned it, so... yeah, huh, there you go. Well, that's May Day. Not necessarily what I was planning to talk about this stream, but, you know, I'm glad that I know now. I do feel more educated about May Day. Oh, dear. I'm gonna have a sip of my tea. Yeah, then we were just talking about, like, because we have a bank holiday at the start of May every year called May Day. I was just wondering, like, why do we have that? Like, what is that a bank holiday for? And I don't really feel that I've necessarily answered my question, because it seems like it's different for everyone, but it's all on like the 1st of May or the last day of April. It's either the last day of April or the first day of May. Oh dear. I've got 300 coin. Cool, mistress. Heckin' lovely. That's a lovely thing to have coming in the post, to be fair. Oh dear. Oh, 1st of May. Yeah, May Day. We call it May Day here. They have to make winter longer, more like nice of the year's winter and the rest is spring. I mean, there is a very sharp, like, in the UK at least, these days, I think there's a very sharp, like, switch from winter to summer. Last year, we had snow one week and then the next week we had a heat wave. And it's like that. It's like, bing bong. One to the other. This year so far though, it's felt like we've actually had kind of more springish weather, like more, it's mild, like it's a good temperature and it's wet. Yeah. Oh dear, just counted, we have 7 holidays. Woo! I mean, that's not bad. I wouldn't complain that, you know, it's an extra 7 days holiday. Trying to think, we have a lot more the first half of the year than the second half of the year. Because in the second half of the year, I think it's just, is it just Christmas? I don't remember if there's anything else. You hate the summer? Fair. My body hates the winter because I have weak lungs. Like hack up a lung every winter. But I'll be honest, I still prefer winter. I just don't. I get overheated very easily. Ah, dear. We got 2 of them when we have 2 days off of the same. Oh, 2 days in a row is pretty good. I don't think we get any for that except for Christmas. In France, it's called Labor Day. Labor Day. Labor Day. Eden, do you give people lilies? We were just reading about France, and apparently Wikipedia says on the 1st of May, people use it as an excuse to give people that they care about lilies. Do you give people lilies? Have you given anyone a lily? I haven't bought anyone flowers in a long time, but I'm not insane. I knew it. Where are you? there is the tiniest little fly. And like, I thought I saw it in front of my screen earlier, but then I was like, oh, maybe it's like a weird pixel or something. No, it's real. I knew it was real. I was keeping an eye on it. Oh dear, I can't see it anymore, so I guess it's gone. Oh dear, you don't give people lilies? What? What, you don't? But what you said it? I was like, you hype. You welcome on in. Thank you so much for hacking 17 months. Jeez. Jeez. Thank you. That's very heckin' kind of you. Welcome on in. Oh dear. I hope you're doing well. We've been talking about people who celebrate May Day and what they celebrate, and we were looking at all the different countries and seeing what people celebrated, because I was just a bit confused because we obviously always have May Day as a bank holiday. Like, why? And it's like a lot of different reasons. There are some religious reasons, but it does seem like not so much religious in the UK and more of like a harvesty type thing, which is kind of nice. Although there is like a Roman Catholic one and there is also a pagan one, but it seems like the ancient one is more of like a harvesty thingy. I don't exactly understand it, but I guess it makes sense because it wouldn't be maybe quite so. Again, we wouldn't really notice day to day as well much anymore. Lilies of the Valley specifically. My bad. Did you give anyone Lilies of the Valley or nah? Nah, wasn't fancying it this year. To be fair, aren't they kind of expensive? Dear, there are too many bank holidays this month. I know. We were talking about that as well because it's obviously our second one today. But I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not going to complain. It means everyone gets an extra day off work. Well, not everyone though. Only some people. But you know, getting an extra day off work's good. I don't have any family in my I don't have any of my family is away, so I didn't. That's fair. Maybe next year I'll give somebody flowers and they're gonna be very confused because we don't really celebrate May Day. They'll be like, why are you giving me flowers? Like, happy May Day. It throws my work schedule off because now I'm gonna be working on Friday. Oh, wait, really? They make you work the bank holiday? Oh, that's rude. That's very rude. Like, obviously I could understand if you had to work it because they didn't give it to you off, but in making you work it back, that's rude. Not sure I like that very much. Oh dear. I switch. Oh, I see. So like, the last place that I worked, you got given bank holiday hours and holiday hours, and the bank holiday hours were specifically to cover your bank holidays so that you didn't have to take holiday for them. And I liked that. I liked that a lot. It meant that if you, we still worked a lot of bank holidays. So like May Day, for instance, we would have worked, but like for ones like Easter Sunday, Christmas, I think New Year's Day, like if we were scheduled to work, they'd give us a certain amount of hours so that we didn't have to use our holiday on those days. Pretty good. I liked that system. It was nice. It meant that everyone had a different amount of bank holiday hours, but it was just a thing on paper to mean that we could still get paid without having to actually take our holiday those days. It's pretty good. Now that is my standard for workplaces. If you don't give me bank holiday hours, nuh-uh. Not good. Going somewhere else. Excuse me. Oh dear. They're not exactly expensive, though. There'll be a lot of randoms that, oh yeah, because it's like tax-free or something. It's only a small business that my boss owns, and I only part-time, so I don't get a lot of holidays, and I got multiple week-long breaks I saved them for. That's fair. That's a nice thing about being part-time, is you can save the hours and then you can just take lots and lots and lots of time off. Heck yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm taking a sip of my drink, so my model's like... Delicious. Oh, my tea is just the right level of hotness. I can drink it, but it's not burning me. Very nice. All right, would you like to see the smocking that we started yesterday? Let me just move my cup of tea out of the way, because otherwise it's just be a massive cup in the way. I mean, there might still be a massive cup. I'll be honest, I haven't... Oh, not quite. That's my door, though. Welcome to my door. There we go. You can still see it in the corner, but... There we are. It's been painted. There is now white patches on it. Heck yeah. Looks a bit weird right now, but it will come together. You'll just have to trust the process. Heck yeah. Dear, my boss is really good. I can switch around my days and hours to fit my schedule. That is really nice, to be fair. I have only worked in one. No, that's not true. I've worked in 2 small businesses, but one of them I was very part-time. I only did like 1 day a week. But yeah, I worked at another part-time, and oh my god. You know, with small businesses, you either hit the jackpot or it's like an absolute nightmare. And that was the one where the small business was the one where they refused to make me anything but a 0 hours contract because I was autistic. And in hindsight, I really should have gone to somebody about it and been like, this is active discrimination. They also used to like tease a Polish worker about their accent and then fired them for being hungover one time because they refused to put them on a proper contract as well. I worked there for over 2 years. And everyone else, I trained other people there, and everybody else was given a permanent contract except for me and a few other people they didn't like. In hindsight, I really should have reported them, but I didn't. And I don't know anything. It's been so long now, it's like it might be a different manager. I don't know. But yeah, wasn't keen. Dear, tea just like, yeah, tea was just the right level of hotness. Heck yeah. Dear, damn, yeah. That was like my experience of working in a small business, which I think is kind of, I would like to work at another small business one day because I feel like I had a very bad experience, but it's not always like that. And I've had friends who have talked about like their managers in these small businesses, but like, it's much better. It's much better. Danny, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We're going to be doing more smocking today. But we're going to be kind of neating up the top. I definitely hit the jackpot because at the same place for 9 years now, and my boss understands like mental health struggles and tries to find ways to help with it. Yeah. Sorry. This is whenever there's like one fly in the room, I'm like, I'm so distracted. I'm like, get it. Where is it? It's somewhere. It's like a millimeter big as well. It's teeny tiny. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch it, but it's gonna bother me periodically every few minutes. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to when I'm a bit better and I can go back to work, to be honest. I really miss the... I don't miss, I guess, the job in particular anymore, like, because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I was maybe not treated the best there, but I do miss the being busy, you know, and like having a schedule and all that kind of stuff. That bit I miss. And luckily, obviously, I'm not going to be going back to the same place I worked at before, so I can just find a better place. Heck yeah. I'm okay. I pulled... Oh no, you pulled something in knee. Reading is going well though. You had the 43. Heck yeah. The ADHD fly is hitting hard. Yeah, it's like there's a fly somewhere in this room, and I cannot... If I see it, I have to go for it. It's like a automatic response. Oh, is my thread not in there? Where's my thread? Oh, not again. How? Okay, needle in there. How do I keep losing it? I thought I put it to one side. Did I not? Oh no, I did. Okay, I was gonna say it. Like I was 99% sure I put it over there. I did. Honestly, because yeah, I need to use the proper color thread now since it will show on top. It was thank you. Yeah, honestly, I wanted to go with something a bit simpler. Like, so at this point, we were talking about this yesterday. I think I have one of my, because I draw and make my own models. I think I have one of my most simplest models, if not the most simplest model. But it works well for what I like. Like, I am a simple lady. I don't need like a lot of extra stuff. I am simply a slime, and this works well for me. But yeah, I think I'm my most simple model, which is maybe not the best advertising for doing commissions and stuff. It's like my model's super simple. But it works well for me. I'm just a bouncy slime. Oh dear. I hope you're gonna finish another book today though. Heck yeah, I actually would like to start another book. I've read one book this year, which is definitely nothing comparatively to you, but it is a lot more than I have read in recent years. I would like to try reading another one. I'm in a book club, so hopefully when they start the next one I can tag along and do one again. Ah dear. Because I do them as audiobooks. Just because it's a little easier for me. I like a good audiobook. And yeah, I did really enjoy it. It was nice. It's simple, but it's good enough to show your style and what to... Yeah, I think it shows the style. Yes. So like, because it's so simple, the style is like very obvious. Oh dear. But yeah, it's it doesn't necessarily show a lot of what I do, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Oh, I do still need to work out how to get OBS to record at a higher quality though. That's one thing. I need to look into that because I've been trying to like get together all of like, you know, I've got the portfolio online and stuff like that, but it's really annoying because the videos in the portfolio are very, very low quality, which kind of makes it look like the models are low quality, which they're not. I do quite large texture atlases for them, so actually they don't really lose a lot of that at all, but that's not really shown in the portfolio, which is a bit of a pain. It's because of my OBS. It's what we discovered yesterday. It's my OBS. It's not the videos themselves. It's the way that my OBS is recording. So I need to work out how to fix that so that it could record them in a slightly higher quality. Oh dear. How long was the book club? They do one book a month. And they've been very, very sweet. So it's run by Deimos. Deimos is one of my moderators, so a few of you might already know them. It's run by Deimos, and when Deimos, or when Dem, and you're making me suspicious. When Dem invited me, they said, like, just so you know, we're gonna make sure that whatever book we do has an audiobook counterpart so that you can take part. And I was like, oh, that's really sweet. So yeah, they've been going through the Witcher series recently, which I had never read any of those. So that's been really, really cool. I have been enjoying it. Just boobs, piss, and that's enough. Yeah, boobs and piss. And thank you for making me suspicious. All right, here we are now tying 1,000 knots. Although I guess that's smocking, isn't it? That's just what smocking is. Smocking is tying 1,000 knots. But yeah, we're gonna tie the knots around the edges to make fancy looking little squares with little bows around them. There we go. I need to re-gift a sub to Nightbot. I might just do that quickly. 2 seconds, because it annoys me when Nightbot doesn't have the emotes. Wait a second. Oh, I saw it again, but it's gone. Damn it. This tiny, tiny fly. It's gonna be the death of me. How did I do this again? I go here, and I go... Night. Bot. Oh, there's people above Night, but they go Nightbot. There you go. Excuse me while I probably make myself jump. Oh, the black eyes are spoopy. Yeah, it's wholesome. Wholesome and spoopy. Yeah. There we go. What could that be? Could it be me fixing Nightbot so Nightbot now has my emotes again? It could be. Wait, let me just... If I do this... That's better. Oh, that would have annoyed me. There you go. Get back in here, Nightbot. Oh dear, yeah, I noticed yesterday as well because somebody else shouted me out with my emotes and I was like, oh, that's really sweet of them. And then I realized none of the emotes showed up because I hadn't I hadn't remembered about Nightbot. I almost felt like that one needs a reminder. Like, so when it's coming up, like, by the way, your Nightbot's about to forget your emotes again. It's like, oh shoot, you're right. There we go. And there. Cool. So make it all teeny tiny little bows. Teeny tiny little bows. They look so cute. I love them. 10 out of 10. Oh dear. I still need to redo the pastel version, but I'm also like, do I? Because it's very similar to how the bisexual one looks now, so I'm not sure. I'm thinking I might just leave it like this, have one less slider, but because we have the other one, it's like, it kind of covers it. There we go. Whoop. Whoop. And then at some point, when I'm feeling less lazy, I would like to remake the model with a few proper skins. So like have like, because well, there's a few ways you could do it, to be honest. I could just have it like certain parts of the model are replicated. I could also have it where the model is like black and white monotone, and then I can add color to it, but I don't know. It's a difficult one. Very tricky. Why does this other emote look like a rainbow jelly with panty? What? Panties? It's not. Oh, I know what that is. That's the egg. So it's a rainbow jelly with an egg on it, because technically I'm a tier 3 to my own channel, right? And the tier 3 adds eggs to the sub thing. Yeah, we don't really encourage people to tier 3 sub, because like there's not really any benefits to it. Like I wouldn't if I was you. But obviously I'm tier 3 to my own channel so that I can use all of my own emotes. And yeah, it's meant to just be that you're smeared with egg. Because you made a mistake. You made a mistake and so I egged you. Oh dear. Yeah, I think maybe as a partner it's a little different, because as a partner you can get like an extra, I think for a tier 3 it's an extra 10 emotes. I can understand it then, you get like a little bit more back, but when not partner it's like, like unless the person has like a really, really good emote in that slot, I don't think it's worth it, personally. Unless you're just wanting to do it to support the creator, in which case obviously that's different, but like, I would personally,
First off, Dad,
probably just send them a donation or something, honestly. Because that's the other thing. You also, thank you for making me gay. Lee, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I will hydrate. But yeah, you pay like, is it like £25 or something for a tier 3 sub? But then the creator only gets like £10 of that. It's not even half. It is less than half. And yeah, it's like if you, I think probably just I would personally send them. Unless I really wanted the emotes, I just send them like the 25 quid. Oh dear. There we are. Oh, new headcanon. Yeah, it's not an egg. Oh, it's a pair of panties. Yes, sorry. No, you're right. I just throw panties on you. Also, I just need to hydrate. Shoot, my bad. I have the memory of an actual fish. Delicious. Thank you for the hydrate. Get a lurk. Have a lovely lurk. Thank you for popping by. Have a good rest of your day as well. If you're on bank holiday, I hope you enjoy your bank holiday. Otherwise, just have a nice day. Actually, wait. It'll only be us really that are on bank. I don't think anyone else will be on bank holiday today, right? I think it is just people in the UK. Right? Because the bank holiday today is for the coronation, which is, again, like... Also, there might be other reasons people have a bank holiday, maybe that isn't that. Oh dear. Look at all these little tiny bows. They're a bit subtle, honestly, on camera. In person, they don't look nearly as subtle, but on camera, they are a little bit subtle, actually. I think it's because it's hiding a lot of the white, which is kind of what I knew it was going to do. You made me a demon? Ria, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We are getting some more smocking done. This one, I am going to hopefully do the beading and like the outside smocking, like the bit that I'm doing right now. And then we will, I don't know if we'll get to sequining it today because it is still a relatively large piece. It's not as big as the piece I thought I was making, but it's still kind of big. We'll see how far we get. But we'll take a good chunk out of it today. Go. Excuse me. There we are. And scoop the needle into there. There you go. Nice. Thank you for the hick. Just the one this time. Just the one hick. It's, you know, it's the morning, so I'm still warming up. There we are. I'm currently brushing wool and getting ready to spin it into a pretty yarn. Oh, heckin' lovely. That sounds like a really nice, I could be wrong, but that sounds like a really nice morning activity, actually. It sounds like very relaxing, like a therapeutic. Yeah. I will say, I do find this to be relatively relaxing and therapeutic. The only bit that's like a little less relaxing with this, in my opinion, is the grid drawing, because obviously you have to be quite accurate. But then, like, once that's the very first bit. Once that's done, was a small hick as well. Yeah. Oh, yesterday evening, I had like a load of small hicks. Like, not like having the hiccups quite, but like a lot of small hicks, like a minute or two apart. Because I was on a Discord call with Shiny, which we literally live together, but sometimes, you know, moving downstairs is hard. But I was on a Discord call with Shiny anyway, and yeah, I kept doing this one tiny hiccup, and they would only just pick up on my mic, and it was like, huh, weird. That's not like me. Normally I do like one really big scream rather than all these teeny tiny ones. And I guess I don't really have a lot of control over how it comes out. It is what it is. I'm not sure what caused it though. I hadn't drunk any fizzy drinks or anything. Wow, dear. Oh. It's very chill. Yeah, it sounds really. It sounds like a lovely morning job. Yes. People that's cool and you live together. Don't judge me. Oi oi. It is what it is sometimes, you know. Oh dear. Sometimes it'd be like, let me call you from upstairs. I got over a kilo of freshly shaved. Oh my god! So we washed it, dyed it pink and purple, spent a week or two brushing into floof, and now I'm mixing it together with glittery fibers. Oh my god! Is it like really nice to the touch? Like when you're working with it, it's just like lovely and soft. Excuse me. Ah. There we go. And into the super soft. Heck yeah. Whenever you're working with a fabric that just feels really nice to you, the best is the best. I haven't been able to work with too many fabrics like that recently, unfortunately, but I will say the crochet stuff that I'm doing off stream is very soft, which is lovely. I don't live with anyone, so I'll judge all I want. No judgment, please. We don't judge on this stream. Ah, dear. This is a no judgment stream. There we go. Crowdy, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. I hope your Monday is going well. Oh, thank you for the horn. We are continuing with the smocking that we finished the back of yesterday. I painted it yesterday evening, so I'm just like getting the front of it done now and getting all of those bits in and putting all the teeny tiny bows in it, and in a minute we'll put some beads in it as well, but it's getting there. The white definitely disappears a lot once you add the bows, which is why this bit looks so different to the rest of it right now, but it ends up cool. It ends up cool and I like it. Heck yeah. I've been wanting to actually... I'll give you some behind the scenes of Jelly. I've been wanting to post my work in progress. So I'm in this Discord with a lot of cosplayers, right? And I've been wanting to post it in there for like weeks. And every time I look, I see everyone else's work and I get psyched out of it. I'm like, shoot, I won't post it. It's not good enough. I'll just leave for now. And especially when I go to like take the photos of it, I look at it and I'm like, it's not perfect there. They're gonna notice this bit's bad. I am not a shy person, but around other cosplayers, I am 100% incredibly shy. It makes me so nervous. Even though they're all really nice, and I know they're really nice, like I chat with a few of them, the idea of putting a photo in there makes me so anxious. Excuse me, sorry. I'm gonna mute quickly. I coughed really hard and now my eye is twitching. Luckily my model's not picking it up, but I can feel it, like when your eyelid's like stop wiggling. It feels weird. No. I call someone who lives in the same house as me on a semi-daily basis. It's just the easiest for gaming. It is, to be fair, the easiest for gaming as well. Yeah, artist syndrome. Is that what that is? Is that artist syndrome? Yeah, it makes me really anxious because they're all very talented people, and then it's like I would love to be able to share my work with them, but at the same time I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready. Oh dear. I just forget all the time. I take a photo and you never post it. I genuinely forget so often to take work in progress photos, and I've been trying really hard to get better at that, but I just forget. I'm like in the middle of something and I forget. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel looking at the artist Discord, where I'm like, I want to post my art, but I get nervous. There's gremlin noises. There we go. And scoot this in here. Oh, come on, come on. Witch screeching! Oi! Wow. 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 Wait, not that kind of screeching either. Jesus. Oh my god, could you imagine? Oh dear. Oh no, actually, I have been seeing, there's like a, I think it's like an eldritch horror dating sim that's coming out soon. And I'm like super kind of excited for it. I think it sounds really cute. There's a couple similar simulators already out, but I'm always up for a new eldritch horror dating sim. Heck yeah. Oh dear. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I know that there's a ghost dating simulator. I kind of want Shifty to play it, but I'm also like, it's not maybe like a game that Shifty would play. But I know that there is a ghost dating simulator where you like speed date ghosts. It's meant to be kind of funny. Oh dear. Eldritch horror dating yeah, Date Cthulhu. Exactly. Well, it depends though. Like Cthulhu, I might meet everyone and be like, maybe Cthulhu's not for me. I don't know. Who knows? We have to have a connection. It's important. Oh dear. I'm not cursed. I'm a good bean. Did you know? Good bean streamer, not cursed. You know, if anything cursed happened 99% of the time, it's chat anyway. It's not even me. It's not even me. I'm just a happy crafter. Going on about their daily life, making crafts. Like, look, I'm putting cute bows onto my fabric. That's not cursed. Oh dear. Oh dear. So excited to smash Cthulhu? I don't know yet. I'd have to talk to them first, you know? I get it's important. Like, obviously, like, it's important to be attracted to the person, but like, I think you also have to have like, it's not just that. You also want to have like a verbal connection. Like, I need to be able to get along with them. If I don't get along with them, then it's no good. So like, I could say like, oh yeah, you know, this one's more I think this person's more attractive. But like, if I don't have a good conversation with them, then I can't commit. The conversation's important. Ah dear, Jelly, I'm not cursed. Also, Jelly creates a video model of full-blown body. Wait, what? Which is the full-blown body? Oh, okay, yeah, right. I was like, wait a minute, I haven't created anything body horror. What are you talking about? Oh, they're talking about my face. That's what it is. I remember. Oh dear. Verbal connection with Cthulhu is going to be difficult. Well, this is the theory. It's like, I do think maybe some of them might be easier to talk to than others, right? And like, I'll be honest, I value personally someone who can make me laugh and who I have good banter with. So like, if they're not really that chatty, then I just don't know. I don't know if I could commit to that. They could be the most attractive person on earth, but like, if I can't commit to that, you know? I want to have a good, fun life, which means I want whoever I'm spending my time with to be good and fun. Oh dear. What's body horror? I could show you. Would you like to see? Let me just hide this so that you don't watch the transition. The transition is too horrifying for words. So, wait, what did I call it? Oh, I called it this. Yep. Let me just move it somewhere you can see it. And then I need this. But then move that to that. There we go. Okay, sorry, there's a bit of setup with this one. You have to excuse me. It's got a lot of layers. I'm a bit low. Can I wiggle myself up? Need ups. Too low. There you go. This is the body horror VTuber. It has like stuff like this. It is actually, by the way, my face. This is a photograph of my face, which I have altered and edited beyond belief to have like a lot of extra hands and fingers and stuff like that. So it's not for everyone. And it was mainly just for like funds. Like, you know, we had like our 3-year streaming anniversary, and so it was just like mainly for that. But yeah, definitely not for everyone. It also takes so much goddamn setup. I can also, as well, if you would like it as uncanny. Oh god, let me take the this out of my hand. There you go. I can have it as like Oblivion NPC, where it's just my face. It's just my face, but like maybe a little different to how you normally see it. The thing that I like about this one in particular, though, is like I could realistically have people look at the thumbnail of the stream and then think that there's just a face cam in the corner, right? Or like I'm using a green screen. And it's not until you come in that it's like, oh, what is this? Oh dear, that's the best bit. It makes good video not like stream thumbnails, because the stream thumbnail looks so innocent, but then yeah, when you come in it's like, oh surprise, actually it's not, it's a VTuber. Kind of.
Nobody breaks the law on my watch, criminal scum.
I know the concept of it. Yeah, so it's like you have to be really careful on Twitch. So yeah, you probably have seen worse. So Twitch, you can't have any gore. So like no organs. Every part of the body has to be like the exterior of the body. So like I tried to push it relatively far, but like you do have to be quite careful with Twitch, because like I wouldn't say be able to have any intestines or anything in the photo, because you know that would then be against Twitch's terms of service, if that makes sense. So it is a very mild body horror in the body horror like side of things, but for Twitch it's pretty intense. Oh dear. Nobody breaks the law on my watch, criminal scum. I don't think I ever break the law, whether people are watching or not. I'm a very good bean, Eden. I don't break the law. I make the law. You violated is not past perfect. Blah, 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 blah. Violates the law. Pay a fine or serve your sentence. Yes. Yeah, no, I like when people come into the stream when they haven't seen this one before and they're like, wait a minute, oh, Jelly's showing her face today. And then it's like, oh, no. I mean, Jelly is showing her face today, but it's not quite right. If you want the reference, I did a face stream last on Saturday, because I still do streams with my real face. I think the last stream we did was on Saturday, so if you haven't seen my real face, you can go back onto the Saturday VOD and you can see like what it normally looks like versus the VTuber, because this is distorted because it is hard. Like, look at my 3D nose. Bloody difficult that was. Also, Feather, good morning. Happy Monday. I hope you got a day off today. Welcome on in. Hello, there's something creepy about your head not matching your... Oh, yeah, true, yeah. Hands. Andrew, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Floof pics in the Discord? Wait, let's have a look. I'm here for floof pictures. Oh my god, that's stunning. Oh, that pink as well is so nice. But yeah, you're right. They do actually end up looking really nice together. Wait, I need a heart, the floof. I need to put a little heart on that floof. Heck yeah, that's so cool. Get that back to there. There you go. You're doing well, thanks. I'm glad to hear it. Heck yeah. I have switched over from my jello body to my physical form. Because somebody asked, and here we are. Yeah. Oh dear. 'Tis very cursed. A hair got removed for a torso, now it's sitting in a corner. Yeah, just sitting in the corner. Oh dear. You know, I think actually, not that you can tell, but I do think I was wearing the same jumper, like this cardigan, when I took the photos for this. So, you know, I'm keeping things canonical. Like, I'm pretty sure I wore this jumper for the photos. It's just, you know, I'm a floating head, so, You you wouldn't be able to tell, but I'm pretty sure wearing this jumper. So yeah. Keep things accurate. Accuracy on my stream, thank you. Oh, dear. And in there. And then out there. Nice and tight. There you go. Biblically accurate. Oh no, because the biblically accurate jelly is this one. This is the biblically accurate. The other one is just accurate jelly. It's biblically accurate and accurate. And they're not the same. Oh dear. Yeah, I do like, the thing is, don't get me wrong, I like this VTuber, it's very fun, it's very silly, but it is also incredibly distracting. So like, you know, I'm here trying to do crafts, meanwhile there is like horror in the side of my screen, and it's like, yeah, that's just a little bit distracting when I'm like, you know, when somebody comes in, they're like, so how did you do this? And I'm like trying to explain like how I've done this, and there's just this in the corner of my screen. Oh yeah, the eyes on the blink, 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 because they are my eyes, so they all are rigged together. Yes. All right. Let's hide myself really quickly again, and we'll go back to normal. Yeah, they'll get regular jelly back in here. As fun as this one is, it's very intense for a Monday morning, you know? There you go. Although I am still in my blood version, but I'm assuming that's fine. Let me just... There you go. Yeah, that's better. Oh, thank you for making me normal! Heck yeah, kick me out again. What kicked you out? Oh no, wait, what kicked you out again? Oh, the stream, maybe? Is Twitch being a Twitch today? God damn it, Twitch, you're such a Twitch. Ah, dear. Wah, there you go. I'm just gonna put my threads at the top for now so I can put them in the thread pot later. If I remember, I'll try and remember. Threads for the thread pot. Oh, look, thank you so much, George. It's very kind of you. Have a lovely look. Enjoy your dinner. Yes, I gotta go eat breakfast. Get breakfast. Get yourself some breakfast. You know, I haven't actually had very much. Well, I'm not eaten, but I've not had a very big breakfast this morning. Wasn't feeling it. You know, normally I'm like, yeah, gotta have a good breakfast. But today, nah, didn't really feel it. Stomach was like, nah. Only small breakfast, which means I'll probably be hungry before 12, but it is what it is. It's your Mac. Oh no. Honestly, they're so stressful because you never know how expensive it's going to be. And like, we use computers for so much of our daily life now that when something goes wrong, it's just awful. Oh dear, I hope whatever it is, there's a very easy fix to it so you don't have to be without a Mac for too long, or maybe that it is a repair, but it's like one of those things where you'll only have to get it done once. Fingers crossed. Go back in the back again and get this. Also, Feathered, I hope the rest of your stream went well yesterday. I'm sorry that I kind of went into indefinite lurk. I left the stream room because it was really hot in here. Like, we ended up actually ending stream because my PC was like getting pretty close to overheating, and this is a small room, so the stream room was getting uncomfortably warm. So that's why I ended stream yesterday, which is why I had to dip so quickly, because I was like, it's so hot in here, I have to go. But then I ended up having a migraine, and I think it's because I overheated. The PC didn't end up overheating, but I think I did. It might have, I don't deserve pity because I was wearing a jumper, and honestly, I could have taken my jumper off, but it was so comfortable that I just left it on, and so, yeah, I don't deserve any sympathy, honestly. This was my own fault. I could have prevented this, and I didn't, but, yeah, I ended up leaving the room to go cool down for a bit and then just going to bed. I'm sorry. Technically, I think I was there lurking as a viewer in the background at the very least, but yeah, I had to pop off. That sounds quite alright. I suspected you need to take a break after stream. Yeah, it's just really hot. Really, really warm. Daily, why is your avatar so heckin' cute? Because they are based on what I want in my head. And honestly, who doesn't want to be a slime? Also, Kitten, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We are doing some smocking at the moment. I don't know, I just think there's something really nice about a simple design. It's not very popular in the VTuber sphere, because the thing with VTubers is you can really be anything that you want. Like, anything that you could imagine, you could be it, right? So a lot of people go for quite intense designs, more complicated and stuff like that. But I am a simplistic lady. I like just being a blob. You know, my old design didn't even wear clothing, but to be honest, like, it wasn't meant to be sexual, but you know how Twitch is about that kind of thing. I was just meant to be a monster. I do also have a blob form, but the blob form is like really old, and I don't actually know if I have it downloaded anymore. So what I want to do is, I want to have one where I can transition from the regular to blob. Yes. Oh dear. Oh, there's a whole anime about there's actually a couple animes about slime now. Because of course you have that time I was reincarnated as a slime, which I think is the big one. But then you also have killing however many slimes until you reach max level. You have the campfire cooking show last season had a slime fairly prominent, which was a very, very cute slime, and I love them. Slimes are getting popular, and you know what? With people are just gaining good taste, slimes are the best. But I'm obviously very biased. I don't want to be a slime, but I love me some slime girls. Heck yeah! I do think though, out of all the monster girls, as VTubers, I feel like there are less slime girls, but I do think slime girls are pretty well loved. Even if there aren't as many of them in the VTuber sphere, I think most of the time it's not like one of those ones where people are quite torn about it. I think slime girls are pretty well loved. Again, this could be my bias talking, but I feel like they are. I need to move my tea so I can get... Oh, there goes the bell. Mop, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Words are hard. That's actually a very good emote. Genshin slimes are adorable. They are. You tried to say it's the kiss principle. What is the kiss principle? Kill it sincerely. Sometimes. Slimes are adorable. They are. Always heckin' cute. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay. Kill it sincerely. I might, you know, it's just a little bit off the mark. Oh dear. You know, just a little bit off. I was pretty close, I'd say. Pretty close. Yeah, I like keep it simple. But I do also, to be fair though, I say I like keep it simple, but when somebody shows me a really complex VTuber design, I'm like frothing at the mouth. So I like, for myself, I'm like, yeah, we'll keep it simple. But when I see other people's complicated VTuber designs, I'm like, yes, 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 yes. I love that. That's great. Oh dear. Oh dear. I just think it's really impressive the theming that people put into their VTuber designs. Like when someone has like a really strong theme, or like even like multiple themes in the same outfit, and you can tell by their outfit and like maybe the color choices and stuff. I think it's really cool. It's just character design, isn't it? But like I think it's really cool. I do really like seeing it. There have been a couple people I know that are doing like VTuber outfit design competitions at the moment, and it's like, honestly, I'd love to enter, but at the same time, like, I don't feel like I can come up with a concept stronger than the concept that they already have. So it's like, it'd be difficult. As a, you know, a new outfit or a redesign and stuff like that, I just don't know. I kind of like what you, I don't know how I'd change it, because now that I've seen it, it's like 10 out of 10. I love it. Oh dear. What counts as complicated? Is the Womp Womp lady complicated? Lily. I think her art is very complicated as far as like the artistic skill that goes into it, but I see what you mean. It's a relatively simple concept, but like the execution isn't simple at all. That's a difficult one, honestly. That's a difficult one. There's a lot of color stuff. complicated, difficult. Yes and no, I'd say, would be the answer to that one. Because the art is very, very complex. Like there's a lot. And like I feel like you just have to look at the hair and stuff to see that sort of thing where it's there's a lot. But the concept is not in itself complicated. Yeah. The execution is 10 out of 10. Oh dear. Oh. There we go. Oh. Trying to think, like, yeah, they're kind of like. I'd have to have a look at their design more, like from like an objective standpoint, I guess, to make the call. But yeah, I'd say probably more simple. I like how I just had to say womp womp. Yeah, of course I know womp womp. I feel like if you've been in the VTuber sphere for, well, I mean, they're literally one of the biggest VTubers on the platform, right? So you don't have to be in the VTuber sphere for very long to know who certain players are, right? And although I am more here as like an artist and a rigger rather than someone who's like deep into VTuber lore and stuff, it's like I still know about it, because I feel like if you're gonna get into commissioning and art and all that kind of stuff in a certain field, it's useful to know the field a little bit. It's just useful to know, you know, when you look at really popular people, why are they popular? Like, other than obviously their talent and personality, like what makes their outfit attractive? What makes their concept one that people can connect with? Stuff like that. It's important. You'll do market research, kind of, right? Is that how it would go? Market research? Although there are VTubers that I've known before then, before I considered ever doing commissions myself. But I will say, since having started this kind of stuff, I've met more. Met a lot more smaller ones as well. There's some that I really like. You guys might have seen the animations on Twitter. It's from that episode of Futurama, the Death by Snoo Snoo animations, where it's like they find like a very muscular or like strong VTuber models, and they do it to like unless you've seen it, it's a little difficult to explain, but it's like a powerful walk cycle animation, because the person who does that streams the processes on Twitch, which is really cool actually. I love watching people do animation stuff on Twitch, because that is a complicated process with a lot of time and effort, so it's really cool when you see people doing it and being like, ah, that's cool, that's a difficult skill. Ah, dear. And why is that? It's because of Awooga. Yeah, but I think a lot of it comes down to the personality as well. Like, you can have the best model in the world, but if you sit here and talk to the camera like this every day, and you're just like, and I am now going to be doing some smocking, and I'm thinking, maybe, you know, no. You know, obviously having a great design is fantastic, and having a design a lot of people connect with is ideal, but if you're boring, no one will come watch you. If like JoJo me. Yeah, or anything JoJo, honestly, it's just a little difficult to explain, you know. Like, you know, if you go, maybe like, I don't know how to explain it, but it did make me laugh. Yeah, it's a lot more than that. I think as well, a lot of people, because okay, talking of lore, right, and history and stuff, a lot of people started VTubing around 2 years ago. More maybe to 1 year ago. There was a big boom in VTubers on the platform, because there were some popular VTubers and people were starting to notice it more as like a viable thing that people could do. And a lot of people commissioned very expensive, very high-tech models. We're talking models in the £1,000–3,000 kind of range, so that they could start streaming for the first time. And a lot of them would do really sexy models, like models with a lot on show and stuff like that. And then nobody came and watched them. And, you know, they didn't realize that this wasn't something for them. They didn't really enjoy streaming that much. They spent thousands of pounds and they've ended up giving their models away or selling them off at like a reduced rate kind of thing. because they spent all this money on something that they didn't even know if they liked or not, and they didn't know if they had any aptitude for, if they'd have the time to keep doing. And I do think there's a bit of a myth that's been busted, at least over the last couple years. You don't need like a specifically sexy model to do well as a model, or like a VTuber, I guess in particular. There are some who do well with that, and it fits the theme, but there's normally someone who is also the way that they talk, and like it's very natural for them to chat like that, and how to explain it, it suits them. You're also seeing at the moment a lot of VTubers who did do all right, who did enjoy streaming, and a lot of people came and watched them, but they are having model redesigns because they realize they don't actually want to be a sexy model, and they kind of thought that they had to be, and so now they're having redesigns and changes and stuff like that, because yeah, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't the personality that they ended up being, because they ended up being maybe more close to themselves, and that isn't how they talk normally. So I do think there's a lot to consider, because people will ask you questions about your model and like why you picked it, and people will like before even talking to you, it's the first thing they see, right? So it's like, if you have like a model with like lots of cutaways and like, you know, sexy slits and all that kind of stuff, that's what people will see about you first. And that's not a bad thing, especially if it suits your personality and it's something you're happy to talk about. But if it's not something you're happy to talk about, if it doesn't suit your personality, there's really no reason to do it. There's literally no reason. Oh dear. I feel like sexy attractive personality keeps. Yeah, and again, like there's, you know, model dissonance is a thing. You'll have people with really chill models, but who predominantly do like sexy ASMR, and it's like there is a dissonance there, and it can be really funny, don't get me wrong, it can be hilarious, especially if they lean into that, but sometimes it could be quite uncomfortable when it's like, you know, they've obviously commissioned a model that doesn't fit the stuff that they're doing, and yeah, it's a bit like, ugh. Like, listen, you do you at the end of the day, but I do think there is something to say about really considering the model that you want and the content that you want to create, and making sure that they kind of go together. Like, if you're going to be talking about lots of sexy subjects, if you're going to be doing sexy ASMR and all that kind of stuff, having a sexy outfit makes a lot of sense because it makes the stream coherent. If you're not going to be doing that, and you don't really feel comfortable being considered sexy all the time, maybe it's not the best option for you. You know? Oh dear. I feel like a lot of it's very much common sense though. It's just there was this big thing for a while of everybody needed to have a sexy outfit, and it's like, do they? I don't know that they do. If they can, but if it doesn't suit you. Ah dear. Why is smocking? Smocking? That's such a hard. I know. I was like, I need to pop back in because I could hear it. I could hear you say like, oh, what's the word for it? It's like, let me just write smocking really quickly. Because it's so annoying when there's like a simple word that you want to remember and it's just gone. It's best said by design wise. How can data be so? I know, right? It's so heavy, so heckin' heavy. These people just have massive heavy boxes in their houses all the time. The way you say you have to be yourself on stream, like putting on a personality that's not you is just exhausting. Well, you can be someone else, but understand that it's going to be tiring. So if you're planning to stream for like, you know, 8 hours a day, that's going to be really hard. But like a lot of streamers do. I mean, look at Hololive. Hololive is a VTuber VTuber company where all of the talents are given a role. They are given like this is your character, you are this person. And like, yes, it does become like a mixture of their personality and the character that they're given, but they are a character at the end of the day. All of the Hololive girls are characters. And they have their lore and they stick to it because that's the job that they do. Like, that's the company they work for and that's the job. And like, obviously that's not going to be for everyone. You are effectively acting for several hours every day. But the other thing you'll see is a lot of the Hololive girls, especially the ones that have more intense characters, won't stream for quite as long. They might do like 2 to 3 hours, and they're like a really good 2 to 3 hours of them being in character the whole time, and then that's it. Because that's easier. So it's a balancing act, you know, like if you're going to be a character, if that's what you want to stream as, you want to stream as a specific character with specific lore, then you understand that it's probably going to be a little bit more tiring to stream because you will have to be thinking a lot more about making sure that everything you say is in character. I'm sure that it'd be something that you'd get used to with time, to be fair, but like it is a consideration of like, is that something you're happy to do? And if it's not, probably best to do something that's a bit closer to what you are like. Even if it's not 100%, because most people exaggerate their personality a little bit for stream. Just to make, like, you know, this morning I woke up and I was exhausted. Like, I didn't feel like I'd slept very well, but like, I don't come onto stream like, hello everyone, I have not slept very much last night. I'm on my second cup of tea, but I feel like I could use 10 more. Because, like, that's not... like, I could do that, but I don't think that would make me very happy. I don't think it'd be very fun to watch either. But, yeah, it's like, you're normally an exaggerated version of yourself on stream a little bit, but it's easier to be a slightly exaggerated version of yourself than it is to be somebody else. Or have a lovely lurk creates. Have some good breakfast, heck yes. I like the character of Gura and Ina regarding Hololive. Yeah, like the more chill, kind of like slight gremlin energy. Yeah, and what I will say is, like, even for them, their character has changed a little bit over time because they adapt more of their own personal taste into the character. So at the start, you're just a shark girl. And then over time, there's like a lot more of their own character that gets placed onto that character, so they kind of adapt it to fit them. But that's something that happens over time. Like initially, that's why when you go back and watch their first streams, they're quite different, as well as, of course, probably nerves and stuff like that. But like they're quite different from the more recent ones. Yeah. There is a VTuber struggling with normal life stuff, so it is, yeah. It is. And you have like these magical, yeah, because like Hololive is a lot of, not magical girls, but like supernatural, right? Supernatural girls in the English branch, kind of, yeah. I think it's more supernatural, I think is the word for it. So yeah, it is funny. Oh, they always have such wonderful rigs as well. Like the art for them, oh, stunning. Obviously as a company, they can afford really good models, but the models are always so fun. I love it. Oh dear. So you hadn't really thought about that, like, it like that. For me, I'm pretty much me all the time. I'm too lazy to put on a personality. At least I believe me on stream and off. Yeah. Like, I think if you meet me in real life, it will be very similar to meeting me on stream, because I'll be honest, I kind of do the same thing where, like, I am maybe like I do the same thing when meeting people that I do on stream, which is I like hype up my energy just a little bit. You know, I have a lot of very introverted friends, so I normally am happier to play like the extrovert role that leads the conversation, if that makes sense. So yeah, I do kind of the same thing when talking to people in real life that I do on stream. So if you met me in real life versus on stream, it'd actually probably be very similar, but I would say that I'm slightly putting on an act both times, you know? So it's not like the real me is probably a little bit, they're still very chatty, but like a little bit quieter and more subdued and stuff like that. Still chatty, but like not as chatty, yeah. But yeah, because I do the same thing in public that I do on stream, basically it's like amping up the personality, you probably wouldn't notice much different. Unfortunately, the only time that I met Feathered, I was super unwell, so I don't know if I apologize if I had a bad first impression. But the first time I met Feathered and Sunkoi and Hut, I had like literally, I went to the hospital like right after that. I like met up with you guys and then I ended up in A&E like a few hours later. So I was so unwell. Oh my god. And so yeah, it was maybe not the best first impression. I was very lucky in that I was able to speak to Hut, Armories, and Sunkoi Cosplay at TwitchCon a couple months later, where I was a lot better, because I was like, I left it like, oh my god, I probably left such a bad first impression because I was so unwell, and like, I kind of was like, hi, bye, and I left. Oh dear. So oh yeah, known as Hollow Myth. Yes, that would make sense. Oh my god. Yeah, it was rough. Oh my god. But yeah, I need to meet Feathered again so I can do a better second impression. And then, but I got lucky with everybody else in that I did meet them again when, obviously I was quite nervous, but we were all nervous. And honestly, the energy behind stage was pretty damn good. So I got to meet everyone again in better spirits. Thank you for the hydrate, by the way. Oh dear. I got a little quieter at first as well. Once I got to know you, the weird starts showing. You're fine. I was surprised you was a chat. Well, like I said, I always put like a little bit of an act on in public, so I'm always a little bit more chatty. But I don't really remember very well. I was probably very, very dehydrated when I saw you, because that's why I ended up going to A&E in the first place. So like I don't really super well remember. Like I remember seeing you, but I don't remember anything that we talked about. I know that Hut left early, but I only really know that because Shiny told me. And then I sat with people and I couldn't really recognize anybody. But I knew that I probably knew them. It was just like, I was very out of it. But I was trying my best to be social. Oh dear. Yeah, it was just still, like, honestly, it was easily the highlight of the weekend was seeing everyone, to be fair. I'm still gutted that I couldn't go see the cosplay competition, but like there's just no way. Yeah, that was not happening. I actually got to meet a few people that knew me though, and again I am endlessly fearful that I gave them a really bad first impression, because a couple people came up to me and were like, "Are you a crafty jellyfish?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh no." And like afterwards I'm like, I don't remember exactly who it was that I ran into, but I really hope I didn't leave a bad first impression. If anyone else sees this, if you saw me at MCM, I'm really sorry if I did. I just really wasn't very well. I apologize. It's been on my mind since then that I might have just left a really, really bad first impression. I was probably the mum with the desire to tell you to go home and mess. You just messed me. I didn't want to get all bossy. Yeah, like I spent like a couple hours there. But the thing was, so I know what was wrong with me, and I knew I wasn't like contagious or anything. So if I had thought that there was like even a chance that I was contagious, I wouldn't have gone, because I don't want to make anyone else ill. That's not a good first impression. But yeah, I knew what was wrong, and I kind of knew that it was probably a matter of time before I'd have to like go get it sorted out, kind of thing. So I was like, if I can make just an hour to see people, then I'll go to hospital, kind of thing. I want to hold off as long as possible. It was just really, really bad timing. Like I said, I do have some stomach issues, unfortunately, and they can play up at very bad times. So it was just like a, God damn it, why right now? Why now? I want to have a good time. But yeah, sometimes it'd be like that. It's not the first time I've been to MCM and I've spent more time in hospital than I have in the convention. This is the second time that's happened. I get too excited. That's my problem. I get too excited. I have to calm myself down, because otherwise I get excited, then my stomach acts up, and then here we are. I'm just, when you have like the overexcited child that gets so excited they like have a nosebleed. That's me. It gets so excited that my body shuts down and I have to go to hospital. I'm just so excited, and then everything stops working. It's a very unfortunate side effect of being a jelly. Is if you get too overexcited, there's certain organs that just stop functioning, and yeah, it's we're used to it at this point. It happens. Oh dear luck. Oh, have breakfast. Heck yes, enjoy it. Or slow, yes, slow breakfast. Do it. Oh. You think it's like that you'll grow out of with age. Like you'll grow out of the overexcitement thing where you get too excited, then you get sick. I've never grown out of it. How do you grow out of this? Where you get too overexcited, then you make yourself ill. Oh. It's not even nerves. I can handle nerves. Nerves I'm actually pretty good at handling comparatively. But yeah, not excitement. I'm so much better at handling nerves and excitement, which is probably why I was like absolutely a-okay at Amsterdam, because I was nervous. Like I was nervous about meeting people. I was nervous about the competition, of course, and I was also nervous that I was going to get ill again, because like the situation was very similar, where it's like I could get too excited and make myself ill. So I was nervous, and I can handle nerves. I'm just not very good at handling being excited. Oh, you made me ink. I made you ink? That's the first thing that popped in my head when I said being a jelly. What, inking? Excuse me, feathered. I would never ink live on stream. I am a wholesome jelly. How could you? How could you? Never. Live on Jesus. Very against TOS. Terrible. Oh, honestly. What do you think of me? I'm a good bean. Let me get that thread. And put my threads in my thread pot really quickly. There we go. Where is my... Oh, there it is. Look at it. It's getting there. We're making like a little thread pot of threads that I've cut off because I'm doing so much hand stitching right now. There's like a lot more thread cut-offs than I guess I'm used to because, you know, you get through it much quicker. So I'm slowly making a pot of all my thread cut-offs. They are going to be predominantly black, white, gold, and purple for the meantime, which is very similar to Mateus, but we'll get away from that. Eventually there'll be silver in here as well. You know, and then there's also 2 different types of purple, which Mateus only had 1, so... I never try to pretend my brain is normal. I can't control the links that it makes. Fair. I still have the little dragon that you gave me in storage. I'm a bit nervous to take him out right now just because a lot of stuff has been broken when it's come out of storage. So the only things I've taken out are like the plushies, which I don't have to worry about them getting bopped. But I have him. I have him wrapped up so that he can eventually be part of the craft room when we can actually unpack it all. I have him. Oh dear. There we go. I'm thinking I might potentially, I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but there's a chance I might pop him next to the 3D printer when it's done and have him like the guardian of the printer. That's my thoughts at the moment, which would actually mean that he'll end up in the shed. But the shed is like electrified and like, it's a very nice shed. It's not like the elements cannot get into the shed. But because it's a resin printer, I don't really want to have the resin printer in the house because it's going to be smelly. So I'm going to have it in the shed. But I think I could have him as the guardian of... It could have him as guardian of the shed, but I think I'd want to have him inside the shed, not outside the shed. So I might just have him as guardian of the printer. Oh dear. I never tried... Oh, sorry. Well, mine is just dumped in a tub. And what are the sleeves? Well, you made them, so maybe it's less like a gift to you. But for me, it's like a gift, so I have to keep him very safe. And I have to give him a good position, a good job in the house. I give all of the gifts jobs. Well, no, to be fair though, I do give most of the... If it's like a, you know, like a dragon or like a... You know, I do have a little collection of slimes. They all have jobs. We have little jobs in the house. You know, the dragon's probably going to end up protecting the printer. The slimes are the protectors of the stairs, always. Most of the jobs are protector of the something or other, but they are the protector of the stairs. Ah, dear. Yes, it's very important household jobs for the plushies and the other anonymous entities that live in the house. Ah, dear. What am I thinking of? I think actually it might be an anime. Yeah, it is. It's an anime that I'm very up and down about, to be honest, because I love the world, but there are some themes in it that are not my favourite, to be fair. Has anyone here watched the anime called The Ancient Mage's Bride? I think it has a 2nd season coming out right now. It's a really... I love the world of The Ancient Mage's Bride. There are some themes within it, which, if you watch it, you'll know, that I am not super keen on, but... The show has, I think it's the fireplace, where the fireplace is like the guardian of the house kind of thing, and you can make it angry. Oh dear, all the gifts are displayed around my workroom. Once the shed is sorted, my workroom will get a little makeover, and I'll display a few other gifts that are currently... Yeah, that's kind of the way we're at the moment. It's like everything's packed away until it's like safe to bring them out, because with gifts, it's like... If it's like that I've made, I'm okay with it breaking because I can fix it or make a new one. But I'd be a lot sadder if a gift got broken. So yeah, I'm being very careful. Everything is staying well in storage until it has a safe space that I can immediately put it into, so I don't have to worry about it getting broken. Oh dear, it's just a nervous. But luckily, because like this is now our well, probably not forever home, but it's our home for like the foreseeable future, right? Once we've unpacked it, it's not like before where we were renting, where we moved, because we moved like every single year basically for about 8 years. So it's not like that, because at that point there were some things I just left permanently in storage because, you know, as soon as I unpacked it, we'd be planning to move again. And yeah, You got a little. We had some really good luck with a lot of the places we live, but unfortunately they weren't like, they weren't rentable for very long, if that makes sense. So like we'd rent them for a year and then they'd be like, yeah, we're gonna sell the house, so I need you to leave, kind of thing. It's like, okay. That sort of thing would happen a lot. Like we never got kicked out of anywhere. Although the last place we lived, where I've done most of my streaming from, they did threaten to. They threatened to serve us a order something or other, where basically, because we refused to pay the increased price of the rent, which in our defense, they did up it by like 80 quid overnight, and we refused to pay it. We just like, no, actually, I'm not going to pay an extra 80 quid suddenly when there are still like issues with the house. Like, nah. And so we said no, and so they threatened us with a section something or other, and we said, okay, give it to us, and then they backed down. To be fair, when they served it to us, we were already looking at this property, so we were like, listen, you can't kick us out for at least another 6 months, and we're gonna probably be moving out in 6 months anyway. So, yeah, serve it to us. Kick us out. Do it. You won't. And they didn't. So we were nearly kicked out of the last place, but even had we been kicked out, we would have been kicked out into a house that we'd purchased, and yeah. Honestly, nice position to be in, but the thing is, the person who's renting that property now is paying £120 more a month than we did to live there. And the roof leaks. Like, you can't use one of the rooms because the roof leaks. Like, that's what? When we moved in there, it wasn't gas safe, and then it wasn't gas safe for the majority of the time that we lived there, because they just didn't fix the gas. And we were told when we moved in that they'd be fixing it in the first couple months. They never did. And then when they did go to fix the gas, they didn't even tell us, which meant we just had a random person come into our house one day and was like, I'm here to fix the gas. And we were like, what? We weren't told about this in advance. And then we got like a very panicked message from the estate agents, like, we think someone's coming over, but we're trying to confirm it right now. And we're like, yeah, they're already here, and they've like cut up our kitchen. Yeah, thanks. Oh dear. We actually, we had like 3 separate calls with the head of the estate agents, which we went through, which is, I'm not going to say which one it was, but it was a big one, where they personally apologized to us for the way that the landlord had been basically acting, which is not normal procedure at all. But I think it's just because some of the stuff that the landlord had done was technically like illegal. Like, you can't do that. So we could have pressed charges, but we weren't going to ever because we're lazy and literally we can't be asked. But like, I think that's why they did it, to try and like make sure that we weren't going to do anything about it. Which, again, we weren't. They probably only needed to really give us one phone call and they could realize that we were pretty chill people for the most part. But yeah, they did. So there were several times where Shiny'd be like, I've just had a call from the head of such and such company, once again apologizing, and it's like, huh, okay. Maybe there was a law that they broke that was much worse than what I saw, but yeah, they were pretty bad. But other than them, and the house which we had to leave because it was dangerous. Other than those 2, I've had pretty good luck with the houses I've stayed at. Yeah. I guess I've had 2 instances of, like, pretty bad landlords. One of them was really, really nice, but the property was, like, a death trap. So it wasn't, and they didn't do anything about it. So it's like, it wasn't that the landlord was nasty, it was more just, like, they weren't really cut out for being a landlord. And then the other one was like just a pain in the ass. Like, the one where we stayed at last was awful. The landlord we had before that though was lovely. Like, we would have probably gone to left the property soon anyway because it was very, very small and we were like outgrowing it kind of thing. But the landlord themselves was really sweet because it was normally a house for one person. So it was like just like a little commuting flat, but it was perfect for us because we were both commuting nearby. So even though it was just like the 1 bedroom kind of thing, they let both of us stay there. But then when they realized there were 2 people staying there, not 1, they actually came in and they brought an extra set of furniture. They gave us like an extra chair and everything, and they were just like, don't worry about this, I'm just gonna pop this in the house, so that we had like double the furniture and stuff, and they came in like the day that we moved in. They were like, oh, by the way, here is a chair that I'm just going to quickly build, and here's this, and obviously you don't have to pay for this, it's just so that you have like an extra chair and everything. And it was like, oh, they're really sweet. And to be fair, when we viewed the place, the previous tenants were moving out, and they were like, this landlord's good, you're gonna like this place. And we were like, cool. When the previous tenants say that the landlord is good, that gives me good hope that they're a good landlord, and they were. And like, they, unfortunately, the same thing happened where like a year in, they had to like sell the property for familial reasons or something, and they were really sweet about it. They gave us as much notice as they could, and they were like, yeah, I'm really sorry, like, if you could say, like, that'd be fair, but like, we need to sell this for familial reasons. And it's like, it's nothing you've done. And it was like, aw. And then they also offered us, like, because it was around the time of the lockdowns and stuff, they were like, if you need to stay a little longer, like, you can, because obviously we're going into lockdowns and stuff, so like, we can't sell anyway, so if you want to stay, like, you can. But we'd already found another place. Again, we were looking for like a slightly larger place anyway, so yeah, we'd already found another place, but they were really sweet. It's lovely, yeah. Like, we have had some really good landlords. It's just a shame that so many landlords like actually suck. But we've had some good ones. We've had some that are like really nice and made it not that bad renting. And like, they did up the price, I think, partway through, but it was like by £10 a month. So it was like, along with everyone else, they upped it like a little bit. Unlike this other place that wanted to raise it £90 a month. Oh my god. Heck. That was something. That was something. I think there's like reasonable increases in rent prices, and then there's like very unreasonable. Oh dear. There we go. We're halfway there today. Like, you can, how much of the white just disappears? I will say, to the naked eye, at least you can still see that it was there. So it's not like it's completely gone, but my god, does it disappear a lot. That's why I went a bit more hard with it this time than last time, because I remember how much it disappears. It does, it just pings out of existence. But no, we're halfway there. I'm gonna have a little sip of my tea quickly. How long that take? Probably like an hour. Honestly, it's not bad. Not bad at all. I will take an hour. I do think we're getting faster, and also with this piece being a bit smaller as well. The next pieces that I want to do are the small pieces in this color. So like when we draw a grid next, it's going to be like the two little pieces in this color, because I want to get them done so I can have the counterparts to these pieces. Just so because like these look really nice and I'm really happy with this test, but I would really like to have the test with the dark purple and the silver as well. And I'd rather do those on the small ones first rather than the really big ones. Now I live in the US and also have never rented, but you don't sign a rental agreement that states the rent per month for a year. You can either do a year, 6 months, or rolling contract. Most people won't give you a rolling contract off the bat, so it would be like a 6-month or a year contract for the most part. So that's why often the price will go up after 6 months or a year. Because that's when the contract is like for renewal and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But at the moment in the UK, if you decide that you're not happy with the pay increase and you decide that you're going to leave the property, you actually get given 6 months. So if after 6 months, when they like, I want to increase the pay, and you say no, they have to offer you a section something or other, and then you get 6 months to leave the property paying the original price. So yeah, hacks. Which is what we did at the previous property when it came around to the time of year when they were like, we're gonna up the price by like 90 quid a month. We were like, no. What you gonna do? It was like that. Nice and easy. But then we're experienced renters. We've been renting for a long time. Glad to be out of it though. Very expensive. Very, very expensive. It's only getting more expensive as well. Oh, dear. There we are. Ooh. Oh. Good morning. How was the Arkham yesterday? I hope that it went well. I had to do a bit of a lurk because I was a little bit not well. But I hope that I had you all on multi-screen. That does remind me though, you might know because you're quite Twitch literate. Does multi-screening on Twitch count as a view for you? or should I have your Twitch streams open individually with like the tab muted and then have you on the multi-screen? Because I'll be honest, I like watching through the multi-screen better with those kind of collabs. But I'm a bit worried that it's not counting as a view. You need both. Okay, got you. Okay, I think the multi-stream works well. It looks really good, and it's like, especially for those kind of games where you kind of want to see everyone's perspective at once. I think that it's for like a viewing experience. It's a lot more fun, but I worry that I'm not leaving you my lurk. If that makes sense? Yeah, like I prefer watching it like that, but I would also like to be leading you lurk. So like for instance, yesterday what I had to do was like, because I wasn't feeling well, I kind of had the tab open, but then I wasn't nearby. I was like lying down. So I could very easily in that kind of situation have all three of your tabs open and the multi-screen if I wanted to come back and watch it or listen and stuff. But yeah, I don't want you to miss out on the view kind of thing. Yeah, especially because like, so the more people you have, the more you're pushed in the algorithm and stuff. So it's like I would want to make sure that I was there. I want to push it. I push it in the algorithm. But yeah, I was actually yesterday. I was wondering if something had happened because I was like, I'm sure they normally go live at like 3, and then nothing. But then it seemed like it was all okay. It actually worked out well though, because it meant I could go see Feathered and then I could also hang out with you, so that was nice. Yeah, it worked out pretty good. Thanks so much. No, it's alright. I just, because I'm not super Twitch literate, stuff like that sometimes goes a little bit over my head where it's like, I'm really enjoying watching it on the multi-stream, and it was only when I went and like lay down that I was like, is that counting as a view for them? I don't think that it's going to count as a view because it's not through Twitch. I have to go back and quickly open all the tabs. Oh dear. We were late yesterday. Yeah, I know. Shifty was a little confused, like a little miffed in the chat before, but like in my stream because they were like, "Yeah, Bateman's not live. What the heck is this? Jelly is live and Bateman isn't. What's going on? That's weird." It was a weird one yesterday, but I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I love it. I wish I could play it more, but I still have to be a little bit careful because playing video games for too long does give me a migraine, like for most people. But I am having a really good time with it. Oh dear, I want to get more characters, but I'm still going free to play. I will say though, there are no characters that I want so badly that I would want to whale right now. I know that might change because they'll release new characters and stuff, but right now there are no characters I particularly want to whale for. So I'm safe. There we go. Understandable. I thought of doing a 24-hour, but then I think I was at 8 and I was like, oh my god. Yeah, the longest I've been is 15 and a half, 16-ish. I think it's the longest stream that I've ever done, and I flopped so hard after. I had such a good stream, don't get me wrong, like I wouldn't have gone for that long if I wasn't having a good time. I had an amazing time, but like it hits you when you finish, like when you click the end stream button, you're like, and then like a wave of fatigue comes over you and it's like, oh my god, I wasn't ready for that. That's intense. I think I went downstairs, ate a Domino's pizza and like flopped on the couch for a few hours. I was just like, ugh. I remember my throat was really, really sore as well because I have a tendency to yell a lot, like even just regular talking. I have a tendency to get quite loud because I get excited and then my voice gets louder. But because of that and doing that for like 16 hours, my voice was fried. I didn't even have a migraine the next day, but I don't think I could stream because I think I'd lost my voice. Oh dear. I saw a cute guy. I don't know, but I don't understand. Yeah, I actually think I know who you're talking about, Anime, because I have not been sure how I can get them yet. I'm not sure because they're not on the special banner. And I haven't come across them in the story. So I think because I also would like to get them just because I think their outfit's really, really cool. But yeah, I haven't come across them yet, and I'm not exactly sure what to put my tickets into to get them. I guess it's probably the standard banner, but then the standard banner you get like actually anything. Oh dear. You saw them on the big banner with the 5 stars? Oh, yeah, that's the standard banner, isn't it? Yeah. Ugh. Oh, they're on the left. Okay. Yeah, I might just wait till they're on on a special banner for them, because you know I do really like that outfit, but I'm like, I don't really fancy my chances on that banner. Like you could get something really good, but it's also like you could get any of those, and there's so many, and then like it would be very hard, I think, to get everything on that banner. And I just don't fancy my chances with it. Plus, again, there's nothing that stood out so hard to me so far that I'm like desperate to get them. I do like the designs a lot, but it's not like there isn't one where I'm like, that's the one I want to get. So I'm okay with waiting. Honestly, I should really be saving my tickets, but I'm not saving them. At the end of every session, I use whatever tickets I have, and I'm like, yee, fun. Oh dear. It's just not how you're meant to do it. I was really good at it in Genshin, and like not doing that and like actually saving things for banners. I got really good at that. But I don't seem to have that same commitment, because it's a new game and I'm still like appreciating every single new character I get. But I got really good at it in Genshin and waiting. I should try and use that same discipline with this game, honestly. Same here. I just can't say them up the same in Genshin. Oh, really? Yeah. Not just me then. Not just me. That just made me feel a little better. Oh dear. It's weird though, because yeah, there's like characters that I would have really wanted in Genshin that I didn't have. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the difference is like, you know there's a character you want. They've released so many more. I haven't played Genshin for a minute, to be honest. I just haven't really felt the drive to. I don't know. Something happened with Genshin where I'm like, it didn't really, it stopped. I don't know what it was. I still really enjoyed the game, but I just didn't. I think it's the story I was getting a bit iffy on. Like I wasn't super into it. Whereas like with Honkai Railstar, I'm like very into the story with that one. And I'm very much enjoying it and the dynamic and everything. But yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe different games for different folks. This one's going to be my whaling game. The reason why I'm always broke. Yeah, I was very good. I've pretty much always been free to play on these games. Like, there has not been a character so far that I have actually wailed for. I have been very good. It's not that it couldn't happen, but it hasn't happened yet. We've been very good. One day, maybe. But not this day. Oh, dear. To be fair, though, I remember when Genshin first came out, I was kind of the same with Genshin as far as character designs. Like, there were characters I liked the look of, but there was none that I was really sold on for me. And it wasn't until later that more characters came out that I was like, I really like this character. I just got really lucky that a lot of the character designs I like were 4 stars, so I ended up getting them quite easily without having to worry about it too much. Because it's if the characters you like happen to be 5 stars that it could be more difficult. Whereas the ones that I really liked were all 4 stars and I got them all really easily. Oh dear. Kaya, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're talking a little bit about Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, which is like the new game by the people that did Genshin. The only character I paid money for was Zhao, and I'm glad that I did. I got him to see what. Oh my god. Heck yeah. Oh dear. I'm trying to think, did I have any 5 stars again? I probably did. I probably did have some 5 stars in Genshin. Because you can't. Who did I have? I can't think of it right now, because again, they weren't my favorite. My favorite were 4 stars. Like, the ones where I really like the design of them, they weren't 5 stars, so I just don't remember. Oh dear, how you doing? I'm good. True. Technically, yeah, the main character is a 5-star, aren't they? That is true. Oh, take care. Thank you so much for the lurk, Phoenix. Good luck with your day. I hope that it goes well. We'll just be here. Hopefully finishing the top piece. I'm not going to finish all of the sequining and embroidery and stuff today. I think that's probably a bit much to expect, but we're going to get as much done as possible, because then the plan is, would it be tomorrow? Yeah, because I can't stream on Wednesday. So tomorrow then I can come back and we can do like probably a morning of smocking, and then maybe do some art in the afternoon if things go well. So we'll do like another like half and half day, but instead of like half and half art, crafting and gaming, it'll be art and crafting. I guess are kind of 2 sides of the same coin, but I will be doing 2 different things. I just want a little extra time to prep, so I'm not quite ready to do that today, but tomorrow I'll be ready. Yeah, I want to make some VTuber assets. The thing that I might do, and this has been something that's weighed on my mind for a really, really long time, I feel kind of bad for anyone who is subscribed to the channel, to be honest. Because lots of channels do stuff specifically for their subs, like have sub-only Discord channels, or sub-only this, that, and the other. And I've never done anything like that. And partially it was because I didn't really want to encourage people to sub, like, in the nicest way possible. Obviously, I very much appreciate when people do it. It's very kind of you, but like also, I kind of just wanted everyone to be able to have a chill time here, like a coffee morning. Like, you don't have to buy a coffee to enjoy the coffee morning. But at this point, it's been a few years, and there are clearly people that are going to sub whether I think it's a good idea or not. So whether I tell them to or not, they'll do it. So it'd be nice if I had something I could give back. So I thought I might make a little channel on the Discord and put some assets and stuff like that I make, because I've been doing art nearly every single day. So I might pop some stuff like that in there, and that way anyone who's subbed can also maybe gain something from it, you know? Get a little something back. Have like I don't know exactly how to set it up in the Discord. I might have to like ask B or something, because I know B does it really well, where there are like, you just automatically, if you're subbed, you can go into certain channels. Yeah, I might do something like that. Oh, it's that time again. Oh my god, I can feel it through the desk. Tis that time of the day. That's another the bees. Not the bees. Oh, dear. That's the other reason I won't be going for super long today, because I don't want to get on anyone's nerves too much. But I also really wanted to get this piece done, so we'll go like we'll do a slightly shorter stream than yesterday, and do a longer one again tomorrow. The bees, not the bees. No. Oh dear. Wow. We had them here at school too, and it's that must be really hard actually, because that's obviously you're trying to, especially with all of your exams coming up and everything like that, you're trying to like study, and that, like, for me it's fine. It doesn't really, like, I feel a bit bad sometimes streaming with it, but like, it doesn't make a difference to me and like the work that I can do, because mine is very low concentration work for the most part. It's just very, very slow. But that must be really hard for at school for that to be the case. Yeah, when you need that level of concentration because you're not doing brain dead work like me. Oh my god. Oh, that's very frustrating that they, especially because like this is like pretty much known as exam season, like everyone is doing exams right now. Why would they pick, I'm assuming it's like emergency stuff that like they couldn't put back, but like it feels like a really bad time of year to schedule it if it is scheduled maintenance. Like the middle of everyone's exams. Oh dear. That's what it is. The school thinks you're too smart and they're trying to nerf you. Beware, the school is trying to nerf you. They're renovating the whole building in parts. Do you have those like little temporary classrooms? I don't know. Actually, is that a thing outside of the UK? Temporary classrooms. They're like little trailers that have like, they're meant to be temporary, but I don't think I've ever seen them as actually temporary. They're like kind of there all the time. But they're these like little trailers that they have in the school for extra classrooms and stuff. We had quite a few of them in our school. And I've talked to a couple of other people in the UK who had them at their school as well. They're like temporary, except they're there the whole time. And it's just like a little trailer where like the plug sockets look very dubious. Oh dear. No, but they do move classes to other branches of the school. That would make sense. In school they were temporary, but they never got rid of them. Yeah, that's what we had. Temporary school buildings. For us, we didn't even have like renovation work or anything. It's just the school kept taking on more students than it could like fit in. So like every year the amount of students would get more and more. So there was like 300 and something in my year, nearly 400. But like by the time I left, the youngest year had nearly 500 students in it for just 1 year. And yeah, because they kept like upping the amount of students, there just wasn't enough space for like the classrooms, and like you'd need more tutor groups every single year. And yeah, so they started having these like temporary classrooms pop up so that there were enough classrooms for the amount of students in the school. Yeah, because we only had, in my secondary school, which is years age 11 to age 16, for anyone who lives abroad. In my secondary school, there were, there were over 2,000 students by the time that I left easily. And that's that's a lot of students. It probably shouldn't be over two. That was a lot of kids. And yeah, it felt like a lot of people, to be fair. It was very crowded a lot of the time, because like even though they'd add extra like these temporary classrooms for everybody, it's not like they added any extra space in the cafeteria. And like the queues were like insanely long. Like you'd hope your last lesson was next to the cafeteria before lunch, because then you could sprint into the cafeteria to get like earlier in the queue. What they did start doing though was they started making like mobile cafeterias so that like, you could buy stuff elsewhere as long as it was like cold food. So like you could buy like sandwiches and stuff elsewhere. And they had like the outside window as well for like the desserts. So you could buy a dessert with your main meal, but if you decided you didn't and then you bought a dessert later, you could go somewhere else to buy it. And they also got a lot more vending machines. A lot more vending machines to try and feed everyone. It was intense. Oh dear. Ollie's here, that is maybe in other schools they did that? Maybe. I know, like, because our school was, I think, the biggest in the area. Like, well, no, technically it wasn't, but it was if you went year by year, because we didn't have a sixth form in our school. So, like, you couldn't do 7 years at the school, you could only do 5. So even though... But we were like about the same size as schools in the area that did have a sixth form. So they had like an extra 2 years worth of people, and we only had the 5, and we would have like the same amount of students. It was very intense. Yeah. It's why I ended up, so for those, I don't know who knows this actually, but I ended up becoming like a prefect of the school. So because we had so many students, prefects would be given different buildings, so you'd be a prefect of certain building. And basically it meant that you could hang out inside the building at lunchtime. And literally I became a prefect of the music building specifically so I could just hang out in the music rooms at lunch. Because unlike a few of my friends did, like we all became music prefects so that we could all just hang out inside the music building, because otherwise they wouldn't let you hang out and it was so busy in the rest of the school. It was like, I would like a place to hang out, please, away from everyone else. So I shall become a music prefect and I shall guard the music rooms at lunch. Oh, and after school as well. You could use them freely after school too, which was really, really good. Honestly, no downsides. It was 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Oh, say Shifty, oi oi! Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're talking about the temporary school buildings. And whether they're a thing like internationally, which it seems like to an extent they are, but maybe not everywhere. Yeah. The temporary school buildings. I think at the schools I went to, they were under a lot of construction. They look so nice after you left. That sucks. Oh dear. Yeah, our school, it just had like a lot more temporary buildings than when I started, but it didn't look much different. I think they had to fix the roof once because part of it had like caved and it was quite an old building. We had 7 buildings in our school. Oh no, wait. No, 8 buildings technically. Because yeah, we had the main one, which was really, really big. It had the cafeteria and it had like 5 floors and it was like a really, really big one. You had the art block, which was one of the older buildings, the music and drama block. You had the math block, science block, the English and like hall with PE stuff attached to it. And then there was, what was the one? That was another PE block. And then you had the blocks of temporary buildings. Yeah, it was really, really big. You're the guardian of the music room. Heck yeah! Well, you could only be a music prefect if you were taking like advanced music already. And like all the people that were taking advanced music were like in my friendship group bar a couple, so we all just become music prefects so we could hang out in the music block. And it was, hell yeah. 10 out of 10. I don't regret that. That was a smart decision. Young me had good ideas. Oh dear. My old school, high school had temp buildings. It did, yeah. So that's kind of like how it feels. It feels like these temp buildings are going to outlive the rest of the school half the time. It's forever temporary. Also, welcome on in, Jason. I hope you're having a nice Monday. Oh dear. Yeah, the temp buildings are always there. They're never going to leave. I don't actually know as well. Like, I'm not going to go look at it live on stream because obviously I'm not looking to dox where I went to school. But like, I don't actually know how my old school would ever sort out the problem as well, because it keeps taking on more students every year. That's why it kept having to have all these temp buildings. Like I said, we weren't having renovations or anything like that. Like, the buildings were fine for the most part. Like, they weren't getting fixed, they weren't being renovated, they weren't being made newer. So like, the temp buildings were really just there to house the extra students that we kept taking on every year that we couldn't fit in the school. And I don't really know how they'd fix that without building an entire new section of the school, which they don't have the space for. Like, it was kind of in the center of town, so like there are buildings all around the school. I do not know how they fix that problem of like, unless they would probably have to demolish the temporary buildings just to be able to build an actual building there. And then where do those students go in the meantime? I don't know. I really don't know how they fix it. My high school had 2 locations and one of them is being rebuilt and it looks a lot better. Oh, heck yeah. Honestly, I'm glad it's getting some work. Very nice. Oh, dear. Yeah, I might look into it after stream, honestly. Like, how are they doing? Are they okay? It's been a long time since I've been to that school. Are they all right? I'm not going to say it was like a great school either, but I got quite lucky in that, like, I don't agree with this very much, but I do understand why in some schools it's like this. If your grades were good, they let you get away with anything, pretty much. Like, it's only if your grades dipped that they would start, like, being like, oh, you're wearing makeup, oh, you're wearing nail polish, oh, you're doing this. And they would only target people whose grades weren't good. The reason I don't agree with this is obviously because people who are already having a rough time, if they went to that school, would then have a rougher time because they'd be targeted by teachers and stuff like that. But people like me got off quite easy because, like, I wasn't in like a popular kid group or anything like that, but I was kind of left to my own devices for the most part. Like, the only thing that I would get called out on was I would sometimes wear a hat in class and my teacher would like whip the hat off my head because I'd forget to take it off. So and I wore jeans and trainers for years at school. I, you know, did stuff with my hair, nothing dramatic, but I did stuff. I had piercings, and like, because I had good grades, they kind of just left me to my own devices. I was like, okay. They let me become a prefect with all of that because I had a good grade in music, so they were like, yeah, okay. And yeah, I was kind of just left to my own devices for the most part, whereas like people in the same class as me would get called out for the things that I was doing, but because I had good grades in that class, they wouldn't do it to me. Yeah. Again, not something that I necessarily agree with as far as like a teaching standard goes, because it does really target people that are already having a rough time. But yeah. It meant, I think as well, like, I have very chill parents in school, and it was like the idea of like, well, is it affecting her grades? No, let her do it. Like, yeah. You know, is she getting an A in your class? Yeah, why are you complaining? That kind of thing, which I do agree with. You know, like, why would you complain about me if I'm doing well? Clearly something I'm doing. My maths teacher, one of them always used to complain about me because I doodle in my art book, and I doodle art in my maths book. So like, actually, weirdly, they're the ones, my mum was talking to me about it, and she was like, yeah, remember all those doodles you did in your maths books? They kind of look like the VTubers you make now. And it's like, she's not wrong, they do. I have not changed art, it turns out, that much. I just had to come back to it after a long period of time. But yeah, I used to draw like characters similar to, like, honestly similar to how my VTuber looks and like how a lot of the VTubers that I made look, like that kind of style in my art books. Not my art books, it'd be fine if it was in my art books, in my maths books. And my teacher would always make a point of it in like parents' evening style meetings where they'd be like, Jelly is not paying well enough attention in class, look at all these doodles. And my parents would later just be like, yeah, but she's an A student. Like, she's doing AS maths at like age 14. Like, why are you, she competed for your school in maths. Why are you complaining? And after that, they kind of just gave up because they were like, well, if her parents don't care, what's the point? And it's like, honestly, everyone learns differently, right? Everyone approaches stuff differently. If someone's getting good grades, just don't question it, leave it be, as long as they're not cheating, I guess. But if someone's getting good grades, why would you target them? And yeah, a lot of my school did that, but then I don't like the way that they treated people that weren't doing as well in grades, because obviously I had a lot of very, very artistic friends. Very, very fortunate, because they inspired me at a young age to want to put effort into art. But I had like a lot of very artistic friends, and so they were really, really good at art, but they wouldn't always have the same time for other subjects. Some of them were just all around smart, but not all of them. And so even though they were really, really good at art, they would maybe not do so well in maths and stuff like that, right? And I didn't like the way seeing them that certain people got treated just because, you know, they weren't good at their subject. And most people aren't good at every single subject. I don't know. But that was just my school. Probably is a little different for everyone else. I didn't like the way that certain people were targeted. And then, but I did like being left to my own devices for the majority of school. That was good. The only issue with our tent building is that snakes would hide under it in the summer. Well, would they come out? I guess if they don't come out, it's not a problem, right? We would sometimes get snakes in the bushes around the sports field, but like as long as you don't go in the bushes, you're fine. Would you often go underneath the tent buildings? Actually, I guess kids, yeah, probably kids would, wouldn't they? Maybe I answer my own question there. Yeah, actually, maybe you would go under it, especially if someone said, there's snakes under there. You'd be like, oh, let me go see the snakes. Although maybe not if I knew they were dangerous. That's the thing, like, we would have snakes in the bushes, but they would, the worst they'd be is an adder, and like, they probably weren't adders. They were mainly grass snakes, to be honest, which, they're not dangerous. Oh dear, although they did get chunky back home. I don't know. Maybe the grass hit different back there, but like, our grass snakes were chunky. We got little chunky grass snakes. I don't know what we were doing to our grass, but like the grass snakes I've seen in Wales are like, honestly, a lot less big, which I guess is a good thing, because big snakes are a bit, I guess, intimidating. But yeah, the ones we had, they wouldn't even say they were long, they were just chunky. They're chunky snakes. I don't know what those snakes were eating, but they were chunky. Oh dear. What? Nearly left the thread there, but I didn't. Professional. Oh, it's because dragons. Oh, actually, yeah, that would make sense. Okay, yeah. So I guess if the snakes are at the top of the food chain, like they probably were back home, yeah, then they would probably get to be a bit bigger and stronger. But if there's something above them in the food chain, that would actually make a lot of sense. Yeah, that would explain why they end up being a bit smaller here. Oh dear. You know, you gotta hide. They probably adapted differently, right? Because the ones back home, they didn't have to be afraid of anything. Whereas the snakes here, yeah, they probably have to adapt to be a bit more subtle and small so that they don't get seen. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. A regional difference, maybe. Oh, dear. Oh, God, it's doing it again. Sorry, my eyelid keeps, like, I don't know what you'd call it. It's just, like, twitching really, like, annoyingly over my eye. And it's making it, like, really itch. It looks like my eyelid is just twitching constantly. Maybe I haven't drunk enough. Maybe I need to drink more. It's still going. I've, like, rubbed my eye and it's still happening. Oh, how weird. How weird. Not my favorite. Oh, that being said, what is my favorite is that we are nearly 3/4 of the way through this one. It's just been, this is a nice thing about smocking. It's such a background activity. So like you could be talking about all kinds of stuff and just very slowly in the background, it's just being done. Like, look, we only have the one line left and a couple at the top here. And then we've done another piece. And I just love it so much. I will also say, I apologize for any background noise in the stream. I'm sure we are slowly but surely getting used to it, but we have some work being done on the house today. So like there is going to be some drilling and stuff like that and sawing of pieces. Yes. Yes. Oh dear. Or maybe it's just the bees. Did I tell you that we had a queen wasp come out of hibernation inside of our house? I feel like I probably would have mentioned this because it was quite an intense experience, to put it lightly. Because it was like in the evening. You did, yeah. Oh my god. I'll never get over that. That was terrifying. I'm not even afraid of wasps, really. But, like, the buzzing is just so loud. It was so loud. It really did feel like it was outside the house. I'll every time I hear buzzing now, I have like this small inkling of fear that another wasp has just come out of hibernation. I think that would be impossible this time because the amount of bug spray that Shiny like zhuzhed all over the loft. There's like no way anything survived that. But it's just in the back of my mind. It's like when you hear like a buzzing, you're like, oh my god, is it? Could it be again? Oh, you ever fly into your room like a wasp or a queen wasp? Oh my god. I guess you have to be a bit careful as well with a dog because I'm assuming the dog might not recognize it as dangerous and it gets stung. Although I don't think most dogs are allergic to wasps, but it, you don't want the puppy to get hurt. Oh, it was a queen wasp. To be fair, it's that time of year where they are coming out of hibernation and such. So you're more likely to see them, aren't you? Oh dear. Heck. Very spooky. Oh dear. Happy BH? Jelly Moo! Welcome on in. What is BH? I'm happy to celebrate it, whatever it is. Bank holiday! Happy bank holiday! Thank you so much. I was like, what's BH? What could it be? Bargain hunt! I mean, I want to say the bargain hunt came to mind, but it was one of the options. I would love to go on bargain hunt. I think I do really badly, but I do enjoy watching. I like watching a bit of bargain hunt. I can't lie. Go on bargain hunt, go around some car boot sales. Honestly, same. Yeah, of all of the television game shows, I feel like one of the ones that'd be the most fun would be bargain hunt. Bead hustling. Yeah. Happy bead hustling. Welcome on in, Moo. I hope you're doing well. Look, speaking of beads, we've been slowly but surely doing the top half of the smocking. So we finished the back yesterday, working on the top now. We just have one line left, which is quite obvious because it's like the line where you can still see the white. But we're getting there, and eventually it'll end up, oh, goodbye. It'll end up looking like this. Eventually, although this one is going to be like a little bit shorter. I've got them at slightly different heights, but eventually it'll look like this with all of the sequins and the extra thread and stuff, but it's not there yet. If they ever need a streamer for the new season of Bargain Hunt, hit me up. What I will say, which is probably not as apt for, I actually found out as well that I can't enter the Great British Sewing Bee. But they are currently doing entries at the moment for the Great British Sewing Bee. So if you're a seamstress, a tailor, a needlework person as a hobbyist, you can go. The only things is you can't have ever worked in the industry. And technically, I have actually worked in the industry twice because I worked in curtain making and then I also worked doing sewing machine stuff, like repairs. So I am actually not allowed to enter. I would be disqualified. I thought that I could. I actually tried entering one year, but I didn't realize that I would be disqualified because of those jobs. So it turns out I can't enter, but you can. Hey. Oh dear, Marika, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I hope things are less haunted this morning. I showed Shiny the little clip of Well, because we were both so confused. We were like, what is happening? It must just be a ghost. The only thing I could think of is like there is a ghost in your camera controlling the movement. But we've been looking. I haven't found anything yet, but I'll get back to you if I do find out what caused it, because genuinely I'm just curious. Heck, really? Sorry, I missed all that. Wait, what? Oh, the stuff to do with the Great British Sewing Bee? Oh, no, it's alright. I would have entered just for shits and giggles, to be honest, which I think is why most people entered something like that. But yeah, nah, I'm not allowed to. I get disqualified, which I didn't realize, but turns out I do. Maybe I have more professional training than I thought I did. Although I don't know how useful curtain making. I just had this lean. Yeah, it was just the consistent movement though of like, wah. It's like weird. Same with Baker Family. Yeah. Why are you disqualified? Oh, you didn't hear. I'm disqualified from the sewing bee because technically I've worked in the industry. So you are not allowed to enter the Great British Sewing Bee if you have worked in the sewing industry, and I've worked in the sewing industry twice. I've worked as a curtain maker and I have worked as a sewing machine repairer and like fixing bits. So yeah. Oh, sewing bee. No, I'm not disqualified from bargain. What would you have to do? Maybe if you were someone who sold antiques, you wouldn't be allowed to enter bargain hunt. I think it would be very hard to be disqualified from bargain hunt though, because I do get all sorts on that show. Same with Baker apparently. Yeah, you can't have any kind of professional experience. You have to be like entirely a hobbyist, which I get it. I think you're allowed to do commissions. I did see like a bit of a discussion about it, and I think you're technically allowed to like do commissions for art like crafts, but I'm still not sure because I feel like that would count as working in the industry, but like we'll see. Oh dear, but yeah, no, I am technically disqualified from the sewing bee. I would love to be fair, like I think it'd be very stressful, but I think it would be like a really fun experience. I do also think that I'd go out week 1, but yeah, nah, not allowed to. I've technically worked in the industry. Doesn't feel like I've worked in the industry, but I technically have, because yes, I did fix sewing machines and was paid for it, obviously, and also I worked as a curtain maker when I was 15. I only did it for like, I did it for less than a year for sure. I don't remember exactly how long I did it for, but it was less than a year. But technically, that is industry work, so yeah. That being said, I hope whoever does get in has a really good time with it. I'm sure they will. It's an experience, isn't it? Oh dear. Right, last row. Alright, we'll finish this. We'll get rid of that bee problem at some point. Not right now, but one day. To be fair, when we stream tomorrow, it won't be, I don't think, as much of an issue. Oh dear, not that it's an issue now, of course. Means I'm out of luck. Yeah, Jason, I don't think you'd be allowed to apply any more. Well, actually, no. Jason, have you ever been paid for your cooking skills? Or have you just been trained? Because I think training is fine, but if you are being paid to do it, I think that's the barrier. Have you ever been paid to cook or bake? No payment. I think you're okay then, because like, you're allowed to have done sewing in school and stuff like that, and taken sewing classes. That's allowed, but you're not allowed to have been like paid for your services. So that's where I come in. Is like I was paid for everything that I did. So it, even though I've had no training, because that's true still, I haven't. I've had no professional training, but I was paid for the work that I did, so I was technically a professional, which is why I wasn't allowed to enter. So as long as, Jason, nobody ever pays you, you can still enter. I don't know if that's a good trade-off, but as long as you never get paid, you can enter. Or you should be able to enter. I'm not allowed to apply for the Great British Cake Off. You should be, right? Wait, are you not? But would you actually though? Because here's the thing. The Great British Bake Off and the Sewing Bee and the Pottery Throwdown, they are all pretty high stress things. Also, you have to be able to take like 12 weeks off work to do it or something ridiculous. Would you do it? Would you actually do it? Would you use like an entire year's holiday and like potentially a lot of heckin' stress? Would you? It's difficult. I feel like you have to be in a certain kind of position in life to apply for something like that. You cannot have worked full-time as a dressmaker, sample machinist, pattern cutter, tailor, or seamstress at any point in the last 15 years. Yeah. So oh shoot, yeah, wait, there's a 15 years? Wait, we'd have to wait a while though, because I'll be honest, I was doing that up until relatively recently. It would be 15 years last year, so 14 years! In 14 years time, I can enter. Heck yeah. I don't get that much holiday in a year. I get like 6 weeks. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying is like, you have to be in a kind of a specific position, I think, to enter these kind of things, where like, you have to be able to take long times out of work, which I think is why a lot of the people that enter aren't in employment at this point, or they're like in part-time employment only, because they're the people that can take that time off work. A lot of people tend to be a little bit more older and settled, because once again, that's a long period of time to take unpaid, if that's necessary. And there's nothing against the people that enter, obviously, at all. I love meeting the contestants every year, but I do think you kind of have to be in a particular position to be able to enter a competition like that. Because, yeah, most people can't afford to take 12 weeks off and and participate in a baking competition where they may or may not win anything. Oh, Dan, anything a demon. I could probably take the time off unpaid, but yeah, I couldn't have. Well, that's the thing is like, yeah, you could probably do 12 weeks unpaid, especially if you told them what it was for. They'd probably be like, hell yeah. But like, if you did 6 weeks for all your holiday for the year and then 6 weeks unpaid, like, again, you kind of have to be in a specific kind of position to do that sort of thing. Either you have like a partner that earns a lot of money, or you have like more money saved to one side, or like you're living at home. Like there normally are a couple of students that take part in it. But the difference is it's over the summer, so they don't have studies anyway. And so they just skip studying a little bit. And yeah, they don't have like the job stuff of like having to take the time off. So there normally are a couple of younger people in it every year, but they're normally still in studies. So it's like they can take the time off a little bit easier. You must not have any NVQ BTEC. Oh, do you have a BTEC already? Or an NVQ? You gotta wait 11 years? No, well, me and you both, Jason. We'll both have to wait. Ah, dear. Heck. You know, give us a little bit of time, then we'll take over. When is it gonna be? When is someone gonna host like the big VTuber showdown or something like that, where people draw and rig VTubers in a week every week, and then they have like the technical challenge where it's do like an eye blink, a really nice eye blink. When's someone gonna host that? Or pay me to host it? Someone pay me to host the great VTuber showdown, where we get lots of VTuber artists and pit them against each other. That'd actually be really fun. That would actually be I would actually love that. But then I'm biased because of course that's something that I would enjoy. I love VTuber stuff. Oh dear. Someone with more money than me, take that idea and invite me. I want to let me co-host. I have a lot of energy and maybe not quite so much expertise. I can be one of the presenters that doesn't have the expertise but just likes to be there and tell jokes. Bring me on, sub me in. I'm still in my vocational school class, and that will be until sometime next. I see. When are we getting the Great Jest off? When are we getting that, Shifty? That feels like that would be one that you'd have to run, where you get people to tell jokes. God, I couldn't. That would be like, I would enter the Bake Off or the sewing bee, but I don't think I could enter one where you have to do like stand-up comedy. Or no. You could be one of the hosts. Heck yeah. Oh, see, now I kind of want to do this. Shoot. But that would be such a time commitment. I don't know if I have the time sink for it. But I would love to. But it's such a time sink. There was someone on Twitch a couple years ago that did a like the Bake Off, like the Sewing Bee, but for cosplay on Twitch. Emmy Cosplays, who a few of you might know, took part in it. They were one of the people that entered, and they did really, really well. They didn't unfortunately win overall, but the costumes they made were fantastic. Yeah, they did that. I actually entered that, but I didn't get in, which I think makes sense, honestly. When I saw everyone else's costumes, I was like, yeah, fair enough. Can't really argue with that. Ah, dear. Wow. Oh, there we are. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. A VTuber showdown. What would you call it? Because V is kind of a hard word to like, because it's like you got the Sewing Bee, Bake Off, VTuber something. I don't know. I think I'd have to be a bit bigger on Twitch as well to probably, like, don't get me wrong, you can host things at any size, but with a lot of VTuber artists, I think just to make sure that they understood that it was like, you know, it adds an air of authenticity to you if you have a partner tick, because people are more likely to trust you, because Twitch trusts you. I'd probably wait until I was partnered to do something like that. just so that I wasn't reaching out to people and sounding like a terrifying creep. That's always my biggest fear when I reach out to people, that I'm like creepy or like uncomfortable, and I was like, I don't want to be creepy. I say as I am currently, like a blood demon, but I don't want to be creepy or uncomfortable. So I probably wait until there was like a little bit more validity behind it. Yeah, every time I'm in Shifty's stream, I'm like, I'm really careful to not be creepy and uncomfortable. Oh, thank you for taking me to normal goat. I appreciate it. Yeah. Maybe one day. I don't think I'm anywhere near partner right now, but one day maybe. It'd be a fun thing to do. I could just put it on the back burner. I could just put it on the back burner for like a few years. I just don't really have the drive to do a partner push. I'm really enjoying streaming at the moment, so I'm like, I could really push myself to do like, you know, I don't even know what I do different. I guess I just tell people that I was pushing for partner. I could really push myself. I'm having a really fun time at the moment. You know, when you're like already enjoying what you're doing, so you're like, I don't really want to put that pressure on my streams. I'm having a fun time. Oh dear. Heck. And maybe not for this year. Maybe that's something I could consider for next year, you know? Maybe in a year's time. I don't have to worry about it just yet. Ooh. There we go. Ooh. Also, speaking of enjoying things, it looks so cool. I love it. Every single time a piece gets to this stage, I'm so happy. It's a lot of work getting the fabric to this kind of stage, but oh, it's so worth it every single time. At some point as well, I do think, okay, I might forget this. If anyone remembers for me, I would very much appreciate it. At some point, hopefully this week, I would maybe like to pattern out the trousers, just so I can start doing some of the smocking for that as well. The smocking on the trousers is different, to be honest, but it's going to take just as long, and it's a more complicated pattern, so I'd kind of like to get that in the background started. I'll do some of it on stream, of course, because I want to show each piece's smocking, and like, you know, so that if people want to learn a specific one, they know how to do it. But I would like to start getting a lot of that done off stream, and that means I need to actually pattern it, because technically I've patterned the doublet. I need to actually cut out the pieces, but I'm confident that they fit because they work on the first side. I've done that. I have done obviously the over jacket. I did kind of do the cape, but I don't really have it, and I sort of changed the cape since then, so I might redo the cape pattern at some point. It's really just the trousers, and then of course accessories like the shoes and the head I'll probably end up doing later, just because they're, how to put it, they don't go over the top or underneath anything else, they just kind of are set separately, so I don't have to worry about doing them at the same time as everyone else. Whereas like the doublet and the jacket, they all need to be kind of patterned at the same time since they all sit on top of each other. Same with the trousers. Yeah, I'd maybe like to get those started soon. Especially because, I should say as well, for those who haven't seen, like we have been cracking on with all of this. Like, in case you're curious about how much we've got done, because like we don't show it super often, but like we have actually got quite a few bits done. There is still a lot to go, but I would say at this point we're probably over halfway. Maybe just under halfway, maybe about halfway. Halfway might be a fair way of putting it. But we are getting pretty far with this. At least the smocking section. Of course, all of them need to have their edges embroidered and all that kind of jazz. Made them pretty at the end, but we're getting pretty far, especially in the pale purple ones. In the pale purple ones, we are zooming because I've been doing more of those off stream. But like, we only need one more long one, and then the 2 second smallest. That's done. That's all the smocking for the big. Like, there's 3 pieces to do. So yeah, we've been zooming. It just, you don't really see it because it's all off camera a lot of the time. So maybe to me it feels like we're zooming, but maybe not so much to you guys. I have to make sure to show you the progress a bit more often, maybe, so that you're up to date with how far we've come, because yeah, it feels like when you're working on, I guess, one individual piece each stream that it doesn't go that fast, but it is adding up. I am going to be a bit behind on the dark purple for a minute though, because I haven't been doing as much of the dark purple because it's harder to see the grid on the back, so I have to like focus a little bit more. That's me being a little lazy, honestly. I should, but I will do the 2 small pieces for the dark purple next, so that we can get the silver. Have I shown you the silver bias tape actually? I don't think that I have. It's so that I can put the silver bias tape on it. It's really nice. I've got, and I'm being a bit careful here just because the packaging has my address on it. That's the silver bias tape and the silver thread. There we are. And, it made me suspicious. Jason, thank you for making me suspicious. I'm liking my work and so I'm watching you but not listening. Anyway, how much excited because I've successfully completed my first ever machine figure. Heck yeah! Heckin' cool. It's a lot of work, but good heckin' job. Yeah, so this will be the silver around the edge. It's pretty nice, huh? It's very bright, but I like that. It's meant to be more moon themed, so I feel like this works well. Also, who's petting the piss? God damn it, thank you, Jason, though. I do appreciate it, but god damn. Honestly, relatable. All these teeny bits, but when you look at it as a whole, there's a lot more work being done than you'd think. And I'm happy, I really like it. I'm really pleased with it. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out in the colors. I'm really pleased with all the beads and like the two pieces that have been fully done, like in the light purple. I love it. It makes me so happy looking at them. So I have them like on my desk to one side because like when I peer over and see these in the corner, I'm like, I love this. This is so my aesthetic. Ah!
Just thought I would chuck this in here.
Jason, you don't have to do that. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. It's very heckin' kind of you. Also, it's
Just thought I would chuck this in here.
I was gonna say is that we have it so that because obviously I have my bits and stuff, it's all done through Stream Elements, but because the jelly picks up on it as well, so we get them all twice now. If it's over 100 bits, they'll say it twice, and I'm just damn it. Oh dear. Oh, thank you for the luck, Shifty. Take care of yourself. Yeah, if you haven't met Shifty before, they're obviously one of our mods, but they also are a streamer in their own right. They have a few of my models, my VTuber models, and they stream a variety of arts and games. So if you like arts and games, you should go and check them out. Very sweet bean. Heck yeah. Their theme is more Ghost Jester, hence the emotes. My theme is Wet Blob. Hell yeah. Oh dear. Also, while I remember, no more pets. You've had enough. Oh dear. That's enough pets for you. I wonder if I could set it up that I could pet chat. I think it'd be a little difficult because you're kind of in the upper corner. If you're a bit lower down, I probably could though. Maybe that's something to look into. A sideways pet, like a... Hell yeah, you'd love that, right? Oh, dear George, welcome on in. Did you have good dinner? I hope that you did. We've actually very nearly finished the smocking for this piece at the top, and then it'll all be sequins and embroidery from here on out. So the smocking part of this one is nearly done. But the next ones we're going to be smocking are going to be small. I want to get the small ones done so I can put the nice edging on them. Yeah. Oh dear. Are you using Mix It Up? I am using Mix It Up for the redeems. Yes. So you can do like quite a few other things as well, because you can use objects that are in VTube Studio and just have them separately. I just don't have like a sideways pat, to be honest. I might have to make the like pat 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 from the side, because I have it from the top because it comes with VTube Studio, but there is no side. Oh dear. Heck yeah. But you know, I'm looking at making more assets anyway, so that's fine. That's fine. Oh dear. Yeah, that is something that I announced a little earlier. I can announce it again now. I'm very tentative about it though, and I kind of want to chat with actually George might know. Because George, you're one of B's mods, right? I was gonna reach out to B after stream and ask them, but you might actually have the answer. Is there a certain bot in the Discord that automatically gives sub badges to people that are subscribed to the Twitch channel? So like, say if you subbed here, is there a bot that makes that happen automatically, or is that a manual thing? Oh dear, because I know B has sub-only Discord channels and like VIP lounges and stuff like that. Is that automatic, or does B do all of that manually? I guess it could be manual, but that's a lot of work. Oh dear. Although it's saying that I used to apply every single role to people individually for like 200 people in the... Oh my god, I can't believe I did that for so long. Now, it's so much nicer having people being able to set their own roles, to be honest, in the Discord as well, because it means people can kind of pick and choose much better and have better roles for better people. Like, yeah, it was so much better. Oh, wait, Cicada, you know! Of course, yeah, you spend a lot of time with me. Yes, they have Twitch and Discord linked. Okay. You can link your Twitch to Discord and some could be auto-assigned as roles. So it's not even a bot, it's just a thing that Discord does, is it? Okay. I might have a little look into that. First of all, because I'd like it to be like a badge. But I was talking about this earlier. Basically, I feel very guilty for anyone who is subs to this channel because literally I do nothing. I do nothing for the subs in this channel. And I've spent the last like 3 years trying to encourage people to not subscribe because I don't do anything. But at this point I feel like we're at a stage where even if I tell people not to subscribe, they probably still will. So it'd be nice if I could give something a little back to them. So I was going to make a Discord channel for subs where I could drop like any art or assets that I make, because the thing is that's something that I'm doing a lot of at this point, especially because I'm doing so much VTuber stuff. So it's like I can drop my arts and assets there so that people can have them if they want. They don't have to have them, but at least there's something there that because you know, you would pay for art normally, so it's something there that I can conceivably give back that isn't, yeah. And also like maybe like a separate chat in there. I don't know. I'm already pretty chatty in the Discord, so I don't think it would really add that much. I already like reacting to things and sending stuff, but yeah. It would be something at least, because yeah, I'd be honest, at this point, it just feels like it's getting a little ridiculous, and like, I feel guilty, and I don't like accepting something for nothing, so you have to let me give stuff back. Oh dear. Also, if you link your Discord, then people on Discord who are subs can see the Discord channels in that. Oh, okay. Oh, so there are other benefits as well. That would actually make sense. You can set the permissions of the category and can be viewed by certain roles. Okay. Huh. All right. What I'll do then is I'll have a little... Well, to be fair, I am actually, surprisingly, I am going to end stream about there because I know it's going to be quite noisy from here on out and I don't want to be bothering everyone with a lot of background noise. So I'm going to be ending there for today. We'll do a longer one tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be doing the embroidery and the sequining for this in the morning, and then in the afternoon we're going to be doing art. So we'll have like a nice long stream tomorrow to make up for ending a little early today. I know that it's gonna get louder, and I'm like, I don't wanna bother anyone with building vibes. Thank you so much for the information though. 2 seconds, I will send you all over to another very, very good bean. So hangs about. Actually, speaking of, is Bee live now? I feel like this is a Bee time.
Cutting the chine goes brrr.
It does go brrr. They're not live right now. That's okay. Ooh, there's a few other people we could send you to instead though. Actually, a lot of people aren't streaming that normally do this time of day. I wonder if it's because it's a bank holiday maybe? No, thank you so much everyone for dropping by. I'm having a bit of a... Oh, wait. Could we raid it to Andy, or is Andy going to end soon? Because they've been going for a while. It looks like they're still doing work. I'll raid you all into Andy then, because they're always a good time. And I know you'll probably enjoy your time there. Oh, Goat! Thank you! I can see it. I can see it already. Yeah,
Take care, everyone. Thanks, Jelly, for streaming.
I'm always a bit worried because I'm like, I don't want to raid into them as they're ending, but it doesn't look like they're ending right now, so I think we're okay. And I'll also shout them out in case any of you get left behind, because that's obviously still happening on Twitch sometimes. There you go. Andy's a really, I think a lot of you will already know them. They're a very, very talented cosplayer, body painter, and artist on Twitch. They do a lot of really amazing stuff, and at the moment they're doing some cozy crafting, so I think they'll be a good vibe to send you all to. And then yeah, tomorrow we'll do more arts and crafts, but a bit longer. Take care, everyone. Grab a raid call if you fancy it, and I'm gonna do some research this afternoon and work out how I can set that up in the Discord. Take care, everyone. Bum 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 bum.